Felicitations, ye fine, fey, floundering flumps, and all other feral fiends. Welcome to the Diecast. A little bit of a Halloween special this time. Roll the clip!
Buongiorno.
Hi.
What's up?
So, we have our tiefling back. Yay!
Yeah.
Bit of a recap. Neath the structures of Kairoot lies a dank basement. This basement is the home of unspeakable horrors or necessary collateral damage, depending on your worldview. Twixt the corpses and the detritivores lives a portly fellow, a scientist, an alchemist, an experimenter, a mad bastard, a visionary? Last we left this pit of medical madness, the party fought their way through puzzles, creatures, and their own anxieties to rescue their resident mad lad Baxter. Once the rescue was deemed complete, they bound the halfling alchemist in rope and questioned him relentlessly about his experimentation. After some back and forth, Scarius discovered some dark twists to his own past, shattering his nerves, causing him to skedaddle. We resume in the basement. Will the party turn in the professor to the authorities? Will they execute him for his crimes? Will they indulge his methods? And more importantly, will they make it to the mud wrestling in time?
I was worried about that.
Wrestling.
How could you forget about the mud wrestling?
Could anyone? That's all that's been on my mind for weeks. So, we will start with Scarius specifically.
Okay.
Because he crapped his pants and cheesed her out the door. So you two and Lenora are in the sort of main room with Herman. Briarleaf has started to chase after Scarius, but isn't quite there yet. Scarius, you make it to the alchemy lab. And when you enter, there is a strange shift in energy. The door closes behind you,
Oh.
and the room becomes yellow. Hit the lights. Yeah!
Sorry, you said that as a box joined the job.
Sorry, not yellow, green. My bad, but like the big green. There we go.
Yeah.
The big green.
The big green, as opposed to the pale green. It goes more green. But you notice it isn't from the sources of light on the walls. They've extinguished.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah. The room briefly went dark, but then sort of fills with this strange green hue. And in front of you is, about 15 feet in front of you, a shape, like a figure, a shadow, that's hard to make out. It's hard to judge the depth. It's hard to judge where in space it really is. There's a very odd outline to it, almost like it's blurred. And it seems to slowly shift shape. It's humanoid sized and shaped for the most part, but then will elongate weirdly or slowly drift up or like down into the floor, and then its arms will move. And a voice that you recognize comes from this shape. Scarius, my son, it is me. It's literally your father's voice. You seem to have lost your nerve, my boy. Tell me, what troubles you?
The monks I joined, they're a cult. They experiment with life and death. I trained with them for like a whole year, and I didn't see any of the signs.
In the grand scheme, my son, it matters not. They gave you the tools to make you the man you are now. You do not have to continue believing in what they believe in. You do not have to continue your studies. But they gave you another tool to your tool belt. I suggest you stiffen that upper lip. You grow a spine, my boy. You be the man I raised you to be.
He was always savage.
Flip-flop.
Yeah.
I suggest that you make a decision. You turn him in, or you indulge him. You kill him, or you spare him. Whichever you choose. Do it with conviction, my child. And then the voice slowly breaks, and the figure shifts slightly, becomes more rounded, elongated, and a language that you don't recognize starts in your father's voice, but then slowly shifts. And once this transitional period is done, it returns back to speaking common. And just says, evolve, proliferate, be more, and fades. And the lighting around you fades back to the standard that you expected as you walked through, as those little orbs reignite. Very nice.
He was waiting, he was like perched.
And it's at this point that Briarleaf catches to you, but the door is open. And to you, no time has passed at all. You see him enter the room,
Oh.
and it's in your time, it's almost like you've just blinked
Yeah.
and you catch to him.
Okay. So I'm gonna like run up to you and be like, Scar, you okay?
I'm fine.
What happened? Especially back there.
I don't know. I'll come back in.
Okay. You good?
I'm good.
So I'll just like carefully walk him back to the group and
There's like a little bit of the first couple of steps. There's just a little bit of wobblers. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Jelly leg.
But you gather yourself well enough, and you re-enter the room with everyone, and Herman is stood there, honestly looking concerned for you, like genuine concern.
bullshit.
He's like, my friend, I did not mean to truly scare you this way. I only meant to show you the truth. Hold up a mirror to your life. Are you all right?
You should worry about yourself, my friend.
That is fair.
You okay, buddy? You look a little peaky. Want to take a seat, maybe?
Yeah, I just grabbed whatever chair is available.
So the
to me.
chair that Bax was tied to, you just sort of like.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I just sit
Lenora
down.
goes, "Would you like some tea, darling?"
That sounds wonderful.
She just like pours you out a little thing. Goes, "I'm running low, but here you go."
Thank you. I like sit there for a while with it, just like holding the warmth in my hands rather than actually drinking any of it.
Yeah, to be fair, because it's been in like a flask all day, it's slowly losing a bit of heat. So
Yeah.
it's sort of like, it's not lukewarm, it's above that, but it's definitely not, you know, a fresh cup of tea at this point. But it's just enough coming through the ceramic to heat your hands a little.
Okay.
even though you'd be resistant to it anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, so now that Scar's back, what do we do with him? And I point to Herman. Herman? Herman? He-Man? Herman?
Herman.
He-Man.
He-Man.
And the Masters of the Universe.
He just sort of slightly lowers his head, almost as if in prayer, and just awaits the verdict quietly this time. Like, he's tried to explain himself enough to you. He's clearly frightened the shit out of Scarius, and now he's just like,
Scarius.
it is what it is.
Scarius with like, he's both there and not. Like he's listening, but he's got a 1,000 yard stare.
1,000 years stay is far more terrifying.
I'm gonna like...
And he sits there for a while and goes, I think we should hear him out.
I like kind of like go, like, okay, because obviously you changed your tune. So I'm just gonna go. Okay, then I'll go with Scar. Anyone else?
Look, I get what this guy's trying to do, but the way he's doing it, you know, it's just there's something not right. I don't want to kill the guy, but
I
Like
don't like,
all of a sudden, people like me mean nothing.
and I don't like that he's messing with the natural order of things.
It's at this point Lenora pipes up, and she says, well, you said you needed the freshest of people, yes? And he goes, yeah, why? Well, it seemed that the corpse in the room just back there was a little too stale already. It is possible that this is the case? She goes, what if I consented? And she sort of judges your reactions. She's like, I'm very curious about this, these medical trials, and I believe that if I volunteer, then it bypasses a lot of your morals, does it not? You were worried that people were being stolen from the streets and, you know, having it done against their will, but what if I give myself to this experiment? I believe he is close, you know?
it be that as it may, he's already done that stuff.
And who'll make us tea?
Oh, but that's the thing, darling. I have full faith in this man. Seeing some of the notes, hearing just how close he is, seeing the sort of aftermath of it, if you will, I believe this is the one.
Do whatever you want.
You cannot continue taking unwilling subjects.
Nine. I know this. I know. I am not proud of what I did at all. And for what it counts, it does haunt me.
Good.
Yeah, and it should.
Good.
I know. And I knew this going in. I knew I would not come out the other side the same man, but I truly believe that my means justify the ends. For if I can leave a legacy of saving billions of lives, I will
But how do you know?
face my demons in hell.
How do you know it's going to be used the way you want it to be used?
But that's sort of why I wish for people to see it work. If you will allow me, I will indulge your friend.
There are other ways that you should have and could have gone about doing this, you know.
I know. But
And I get it.
Lenora, you sure?
oh yes, darling, of course. Just a quick cup of tea first. And she pours the remaining bit of her tea
Don't
into
think
a
I'll
cup.
cry now.
Pours the last bit of remaining tea into a cup. Sort of pulls up a little box off the side and sits near Scarius and drinks it up. And Herman's like, if you give me 5 minutes to prep the back room, someone can escort me, of course. I truly believe that this might be the one. This is a healthy specimen, a fresh specimen. We can prove it works. She will be fine. I know this.
As fine as the others.
Do I have any inkling at all that she's maybe being controlled or coerced in any way into this?
Like magically or
Maybe
otherwise?
that's kind of
Okay,
what
if you think it's
seems
more like a
I've got.
magic thing, maybe make like an Arcana check. If you think it's more coercion or blackmail or something along those lines, like an insight check.
I'll go for an Arcana check. My main concern is that maybe she's being like mind controlled or something.
Mm.
As a 19.
You do not see any signs of it. You didn't hear any casting, see any hand movements, no components used. It seems genuine that she believes in how close he is to this.
I'm gonna volunteer to escort you to the back room,
Hmm.
but I'm gonna like kind of give you the look as if to say you need to talk to her and find out what's going on while I leave and while I'm kind of
As in, I have to talk to Lenora.
yeah.
Yeah, so you take Herman off, and he starts prepping some syringes and concocting, like, sort of. He already had stuff mixed, but is now mixing them into the final product and, like, titrating a solution perfectly. Like he has got this down to the milliliter through experimentation, and he knows exactly what he's doing now. It's actually really impressive to watch just how fluid he is around, but like between the sort of two rooms and getting everything prepped, to the point that he even one of the morgue benches that was slicked with blood, he even goes as far as to clean that, and is like, I don't want her getting blood on the dress, you know, because she'll be walking around later, I assure you. So yeah, you were just sort of standing there, like, are you sort of like prepping your sword? Have you got like your bow in hand or like ready to go?
I've got my hand on like my sword just in case you start trying anything. But yeah, I kind of just want to like be with you so they can do what they need to do.
Okay, so while they're off doing that and he's prepping,
Something's wrong. This doesn't feel right.
If she wants to do it, yeah, I mean.
I'm right here, darling. You don't have to say she.
Do you mind if I ask why?
I
get
believe
you're
that
interested, but
it's not so much just an interest, but you know, the talk of the sick and needy children that die young and don't get to live a full life, and the casualties of war. I have seen horrors in this world, and I believe that this man is onto something that can help people. And if I can be a part of that, part of the grand scheme, the big plan, you know.
So you got a personal stake in this somewhere, is what I'm
Sort of,
including.
yes, I suppose.
Are
You can say that.
Are you a healer?
Yes, I myself have studied the arts of healing prayer, and of course the tea. You know that it has some.
So you have more use in life than, say, me?
Well, no, you see, I can save maybe 20, 30 lives in a lifetime. If this works, it'll be 20, 30 lives within an hour.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, you have more worth to the world than me. So why don't I do it?
But
Nobody is saying that.
But you're totally... Well, first of all, darling, I think you fully underestimate yourself. I think that though you may have got mixed up with the wrong people, there is a strong, caring heart underneath, and your morals are far more rigid than my own.
But you can save people.
I think you can too. Look at your friend here. You've already saved him. You seem fierce, like you'll protect someone at all costs. That's more than a lot can say, darling.
She is fierce.
She got a point.
Yeah, but that means also you.
No, fierce is not necessarily something I would
No,
describe
I
myself
feel that
as.
that means that I protect you too.
Look, we shouldn't even be talking about this. Like, nobody should be doing this, putting themselves forward for whatever it is. This guy is... Are you forgetting
I mean-
he kidnapped me?
If you do
Yeah.
not wish to see it, perhaps you should wait outside and wait 5 minutes.
The way I see it is that if people don't volunteer, he's just gonna go back to kidnapping people.
That's
and
my
if we
point,
find
darling.
out that he's doing that, then we come back and we kill him.
Look, I fully intend on taking him to the right authorities afterwards, but I can't help but shake that it's going to work. If I am wrong, I will be dead. I will not know. Who knows? Maybe my God above will save me.
You really want to risk that?
I believe the risk is smaller than what everyone believes it to be.
And in which case, let me do it.
At this point, Bryleaf comes back out and she just goes, he's ready.
If there's
She's
no
like,
stopping
"Darling."
you,
This is something I must do. You need to stick to your convictions and your morals. You need to continue being fierce. Later, I shall brew us all some tea and we can laugh about it. How's that sound? Perhaps wait outside, so you don't have to see it, just in case it goes wrong.
If it goes wrong, he's dead.
If it goes wrong, please take him to the authorities.
that's happening either way.
No,
we
but
take his
I mean,
research to the academy. If it goes right, if it goes wrong,
Might just take a few legs.
to be fair, you don't need both. Anyway, and then she sort of like stands up, claps her hands, brushes herself off a little bit, puts the teacup back in the little bag, and she's like, I'm as ready as I'll ever be.
Bryleaf is just
Right.
gonna like give you a big hug, like out of nowhere, and
She's
it's
like,
just
"Oh,
quite out of
darling."
character for me as well. But
And she's like, oh, darling, I'll be fine. Don't you worry about me. And she like squeezes you and like picks you up a little bit. She's surprisingly like good hugger.
I'm like, Jesus.
Just be aware, I'm testament to this. Experiments go wrong.
Yes, I know.
Be careful.
but I'm coming in.
We're
I
not
wanna
leaving
watch.
him. Yeah.
Yeah.
I need to know what's happening.
We're not
here.
leaving you
Exactly.
alone
So-
with you.
She walks in first, and he's stood there all gloved up, like apron, the works, like he's scrubbed. And there's a little metal table with all the concoctions he's going to need within arm's reach. No surgical tools per se, like scalpels and stuff. It's all just like injections and like salves. He's like, if you wouldn't mind hopping up on the table and we will get started. And she walks over and inspects it because obviously there was blood on it, and she's like, climbs aboard and just sort of lies back. There's no like pillow or anything, so her head is on the steel or the iron, whatever it is.
Just for you to be aware, Herman, this one's actually worth something.
Yeah, and I am very grateful that she will contribute to this.
Does that
Have
not
faith.
make you feel different?
It makes me worry that if it were to go wrong,
Knowing what you're doing, I'm just staring.
there would be a
and-
larger weight on my conscience. However, the fact she volunteers and believes in my work gives me a fire in my belly that I will get this right, that I have got these...
You've got one chance.
I know.
One chance.
Shall we begin? And he picks up the first, needle. And he's like, this one is so you don't feel the rest of the needles. It's going to be a sharp scratch. And just, jabs her in the upper bicep with that one. And then he's like, I'm afraid the next ones are going more into the abdomen and the throat. He's like, he turns to you and he's like, if you're squeamish, look away now.
Yeah, when he goes like in the throat,
Yeah.
I'm gonna like turn my face into Scarius.
He picks up another one and he's like, this one is to stop the heart. And just brings it just up underneath her solar plexus and injects her. And he's like, count backwards from 10, darling. And because clearly he's mimicking the sort of comforting tone that she's been giving everyone. So she starts counting back. She gets to about 6, and her eyes flicker and roll. And there's you can see the pulse in her wrist and her neck, lightly, and it just gets fainter and fainter. And there's doo-doo.
Quick question. Did we take a short rest between the conversations? I don't think we did we?
Technically not, no.
No, that's fine.
It would have only been 5 to 10 minutes at most.
Yeah, it wouldn't have been a whole
Yeah.
hour. Okay.
Well, half an hour to 40, I
Yeah.
said, for this. But yeah, you hear the final sort of, almost like a death rattle, just like a... Then he's like, now I count from 30 backwards. And this is the longest 30 seconds of all of your lives. It feels like an hour. It's horrendous. And he's like, and now this one. This is what I call the God Serum. And he puts it to her neck. And it goes off with a... It's not like a slow plunger. It goes off with a bit of like a... And there's silence. More silence. 20 seconds goes by. 30. 40. At about the 50 seconds to a minute mark. She sits up. Lenora sits up. She looks around. She leans back a little, like, because she's still on a table. She's like,
Are you with us?
yes, darling.
What's your name?
Lenora.
Do you feel any different?
This is some fucking witchcraft.
I do feel a little different. I saw something on the other side, wherever it was. You can see she's like really panicked by what she saw, but she's like, other than that, I'm actually okay. He's like this point, Herman is blown away. He's in complete shock. He's like, it's not even a case of, you know, the standard resuscitation sort of thing. Like, she was dead, and these chemicals in the balance that he's got has brought her back. Truly.
I actually
True
hand back the
reanimation.
tea that she gave me untouched.
She's like, oh, darling, you didn't drink any.
What did you see?
She just like shakily sips from the tea. She's like, I'm not entirely sure. You know when you wake from a dream and it's gone before you can even think of what happened? I just remember
Dreams.
I remember a colour.
What color?
It was like pinky red. That was all. Just sort of filled everything. And then here I was. Oh, good gosh, it's been a day. She turns to Herman and goes, I knew you were close.
I'm gonna look at Herman and say, like, judging by your reaction, I'm not sure you knew that this was going to work.
He's like, I had faith that it would work, but this truly is a perfect result. I mean, look at her. Normally it takes at least 10 minutes to sort of come around a bit, you know? But it's like it never happened.
Are you going to expect any side effects?
I should hope not, but he turns to Laura and goes, if you do, please make as detailed notes as possible and combine them with my research, just so we can analyze perhaps how to mitigate some of them.
Lenora, can you stand?
She like shakily kicks her legs off the edge, stands, there's like a bit of a wobble. But she's like, oh, I'm alright, darling.
It could have just been a fluke. It's one.
Okay, buddy, you research, gather it, put it all together.
We'll take it to the right place, but we're taking you to the right place too.
What she said.
He's like, yeah, now that I have truly done it, I surrender. And he goes and starts collecting up all his notebooks. Like, it's sizable. Like, he's got like a big leather trunk that he starts filling up.
Okay.
When he's gathering round, I'm just gonna kind of wander up to you and just kind of lowly say, how long have the subject passed before you've tried this? Like, what's the longest?
It's the longest period of time or the shortest period of time?
The longest time they've passed.
Well, I mean, some of the corpses I dug up were already pretty rotten. They might have been there for a very, very long time. Those are the ones that were completely feral, with no mind, no motor control, no anything. They attacked me several times.
And I'm just gonna, like, nod, like, solemnly and just kind of, I'm gonna take out a little pendant that I keep in, like, under my tunic sort of thing. And it's got a little K on it. And I just kind of hold on to it and go, thanks anyway. And just
He
continues coming to you then.
sort
Comes
of-
back to the group.
cocks an eye, and he sort of can figure out roughly what you were getting at, and just solemnly bows his head and like mutters some words under his breath as though like a little prayer.
Lilith is going to say to Scarius and Bax, that's just one.
Correct.
Yeah. If we take his research to the right people, the people who can do this properly, and
No, but that's just one. We don't
Yeah.
know if that was just luck.
Yes, it is a single point of data.
Yeah.
You are correct.
we know it's worked once, so the right people could maybe make it work again. But this guy's not the right people. That's what I think.
Plus, is she alive or is she undead?
No, I feel fine, darling. I believe me. I've come across an undead in my time. I know what they look like. I have all my senses, all my faculties. I feel good.
If he's done it once, he should be able to do it again, right?
In theory, yes. True. Although I think I'll give it a pass. Once
No.
is enough.
Not
The next time I die, I intend to stay dead.
Right.
If I consented, would you do the same?
Are you saying that to Herman? So he,
Would you work as hard?
I was gonna say you'd have been like coming back from the other room with like this trunk, and he's like, was? Sorry, repeat yourself.
If I consented, would you work as hard?
I would be very precise. It doesn't matter who the test subject is. The test is the test. I want to be as accurate and as thorough as I possibly can.
Okay,
Wait, what? You?
go. Get it ready. 2, right?
Well, I mean that is twice the data, but I'm afraid
Just
that
do it.
I think we've seen what we need to see.
Just do it.
he sort of like almost like appeals to authority here, like looks at you two as if to be like, are you going to kill me if I do this?
Hey,
Scare, what? Say something.
I know.
Come on.
Come on. Talk to her.
I know Scarius agrees with me.
I think that she's a consenting adult.
Max, talk to him.
Yeah. What?
By this point, Lilith has just gone and lain on the table already.
Hey, no, wait.
It's just like,
Just.
Lenora comes and just sort of like plays with your hair a bit, just sort of like gently brushes it to try and... She can see that there's the little bit of tension in you almost, as if like, you know, so she's just relaxing you essentially, running her fingers through your hair, and it's like,
I'm going to watch the process this time
Mm.
and try to secretly write notes in my notebook in my own shorthand.
ooh, okay.
Right. I've got an idea or a thought. Just hear me out on this. Just. I'm not gonna stop you. I get it. I get why, but maybe we should have this witnessed by somebody. You know,
I don't disagree.
an authority, a
Okay.
scientist, a mage, something, someone who can see this happen, take that research, and then.
but then they can't intervene.
I'm a scientist.
True.
Whatever
Someone
happens,
else,
whoever it
preferably.
is, they can't intervene.
Lenora's like, sorry. Little aftershock. I'm all right. I mean, depending on the authority, we could always bring the guard in from outside. But also, have you considered that if you do this, not so much the whole dead thing, darling, but you're all going to be late for the mud wrestling.
Scarius actually finds that quite funny.
Didn't take you that long to die and come back.
True, but it is definitely...
Surely facing death is...
It's like right before 2:30 at this point, and obviously, like, she's like,
Go mud wrestle. I'll be here when you come back.
but you're signed up, darling. You'll ruin the whole bracket.
I'm laughing. Baxter's not laughing. Baxter's like,
Look,
shit.
if this investigation experiment like works, scientists will find out about it. There'll be other people.
Yeah, you really don't have to do this. I appreciate it. I do.
It's not for you.
No, I'm not saying that. I just...
Are you ready?
If you give me 5 minutes, I can prep all this stuff.
Go.
As he's prepping,
Scurries off and
are you
starts.
just lying on the table?
Hmm?
I come over and put my hand on my shoulder and just like nod to you, like, you okay?
Who was that guy he said he worked with? But we should find him, maybe?
He's up in the...
Can't remember his name now.
Professor
Okay.
Kezra.
Kesra. Thaddeus.
Yes.
Go get him
Thaddeus.
if you want to.
If there is literally
Send-
like
I'm
word
actually
for him.
aware of this man. I'm aware of Thaddeus Kesra. He's actually quite the rock star in the...
Yeah, because he's a geologist.
in the scientific and engineering scene.
He is. he's a bit of
We're
a
gonna send for him.
be-all, you know?
That's funny.
I would send for him if I knew where I could find him.
Well, that he surely knows.
Oh, Kezra? He's like still thinking. He's like, oh yeah, he lives in the fancy part of the city, sort of close to the palace, close to the university.
That's close.
Yeah, it's like a few blocks away. He lives like right near the palace in Kingsview. I mean, good luck getting there, but
why don't we leave Lenora with Herman so he can't go anywhere, and we all go and find this Kezra guy. I was gonna say
And then
carrot.
You only need to wait like what, 20 minutes tops.
Okay.
oh,
Baxter,
please don't leave me here with
we
this
might have to
man.
miss the mud wrestling.
We can have our own mud wrestling.
I know. Just don't mention it. Okay.
Lenora's like, a few thoughts. One, please don't leave me alone here with him.
I'm gonna chain him up.
2, is Kezra really that important right now? I mean, it's getting on in the day, you know, like, and then what's his face? Herman, sorry, what's his chops? He's like,
Die monsters.
it would be rather difficult for you to get to see him. You know this, right? First of all, he's a professor at the university. He's probably teaching right now. It's sort of appointment only. The university is very secluded. You sort of either have to be invited or be a student or alumni.
Herman, this is important.
Yeah, I know.
He
I'm
is
trying to
right.
help here. Like,
So why don't
it's-
you just go and get the guard outside?
We could get the guard. It's fine.
Just someone else other than us that can see.
Just another witness. Yeah.
Okay. I pop my head out and just flag down literally any guard that's posted outside.
Okay, the sergeant is talking to a few of the other guys,
Oh, this is the sergeant who sent in the halflings.
Yeah.
and he's like, any news on what happened?
You could say that. Could you come and see something with me?
Yeah, he turns to a pair of blokes.
show
He's like, you two, with me, watch your heads. We don't want another Benson and Davis.
Okay, as we're going through, I'll do a really elaborate like path through the room
Okay.
just to try and see if they follow it. So I'll just like step on specific stones and
The sergeant, he barely pays attention to you. He just walks straight through. He's like, "What the fuck are you playing at? Prancing about here like a fucking donkey? Get on with it."
it was worth a shot.
The other two were like quite enthralled and were like, as if to be like, "Shit, do we need to look where we're stepping?" But the sergeant's got no time for it. He's like, "A trap is a trap. If it takes my leg, I'll fucking punch it."
Respect.
Yeah, so I lead him through.
Yeah, he walks into the corpse room
When they
and just nearly has a heart attack. Like, fucking hell! There's like 1,000,000 fucking years of cold cases in here! Jesus Christ!
Yes.
And then the one of the humans that walks behind him walks in and just goes, pukes all down his top, and he's like, "I want to go back outside, boss. I don't feel good." And he goes, "Yeah, go on, fuck off." "Thanks, boss." He just walks away, like trailing a little bit of sick off his shoe.
Watch the flies.
Yeah, he's like, "What the fuck happened in here then? What did you do?"
We dealt with the flies.
"Flies? Flies? That's a fucking bird! Look at the size of it!"
I point at the one that's missing 2 legs and go, "Actually, that's a fly."
Good call back. He's like, "That one's a fucking dragon! Look at it! Look at the fucking legs on him! Christ! Are there any more?" And he just like immediately gets ready to like punch something.
Sergeant, this might surprise you, but this isn't the room that I was talking about.
"You've got to be fucking shitting me.
And I just like
It's worse!"
I push the door open and just
You show him the morgue and he's like, "Oh, fucking hell." He turns to the other guy he's with and he just goes, like, "After you," and he's like, "You fucking spineless prick." And he just sort of like pushes the door and walks through and he's like,
are we?
"I'm gonna have to do so much paperwork. Oh, fucking hell."
Are they in the same room as us now?
They're in. You can like hear him shouting this hallway.
yeah.
He now like approaches back into this fine. Oh yeah, because you were lying on the table, and so yeah, he walks in. And he's like, "What's going on?" And you sort of move. And he's like, "Shit, fuck." "It's all right, Sergeant. You're a big lad. You're a big lad, Sergeant. It's just a woman.
Sorry. I should have warned you about that.
Never fucking do that again.
Whatever happens, don't intervene.
Sergeant.
Stand
Not
over
fucking
there.
touching anything, love."
Stand over there and be a good boy. Just
Sergeant. Herman, Sergeant.
He doesn't know what to do. He goes to shake his hand and then salutes him and then continues to shake his hand. And he's like, "You could just shake my hand, you little fucker." He goes, "Good to meet you." Wait. And then he turns back around to the
yeah.
fly room and he's like,
So you know about these cold cases you were talking about?
and he goes, "To be fair to me, a lot of them were just grave digging." And he's like, You mean a grave over by the temple, yeah?" He goes, "Yeah, and the one in the Fisherman's Wharf and the lower city and the ones just outside in the farmland." And he's like, "I should stop speaking." And he's like, "We've got a little business to talk about, Sonny Jim. However, what's going on?"
This table's fucking cold. Hurry up.
Yeah, so you're gonna be arresting this
freezing.
guy.
Yeah, the thing is, obviously, with the corset, like, your
Yeah,
shoulders are
fucking
touching it as well.
freezing.
It's like,
I'm just like, please.
But he's got a lot of interesting research.
Again, stand there, be a good boy, and don't intervene.
Herman, like, walks over and picks up the first of the needles.
And like, I'm looking at you, like you lot, like, don't let them intervene.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, "Oh, what sort of sick shit's this? Is this a sex thing?"
Yeah. Now just fucking watch.
That's
And he
what
just
I
turns to
call
the...
him.
He looks really disgusted and he turns to the guard next to him and he's just like...
It's free. What the fuck do you care?
Free beep show, like.
Oh.
And Herman walks over and gives you the first jab in your upper arm. And he's like, "This should make you feel rather numb. Can you feel anything?" And he gives you like a little, like on the arm, and it's dead. It's like immediate, fast acting anesthetic. He's like, now for the main event. And he turns to the guards one last time and he's like, do not intervene. And the guard's like, any funny business and I'll fucking jump you, you little prick.
If you intervene, she might.
If I
Die.
die, I'm gonna fucking haunt the shit out of you, my friend. Stay over there.
Oh, I want that.
Then
Yeah, right,
stay
fair enough.
over
And he
there.
just goes and backs up into the corner near the corpse fridges.
That's what
He's
I
like-
fucking thought.
You can hear him under his breath talk to his mate. He's like, if there's one motherfucker that I don't want haunting me, it's that one. She's frightening.
Yeah, to be
She
fair,
scares me.
I wouldn't want Lilith haunting me either.
Why? She's nice.
Hold on.
She just kills people in the toilets.
She didn't mean to. That was an accident.
It
was only meant to be a GBH.
Ribs again and again.
Yeah, he was fine. I
Yeah,
saved
so-
him. Essentially, I'm a hero.
Herman comes over with the second syringe and puts it up under the ribs.
I feel sick.
Yeah,
Like
and injects you right near the heart.
I'm holding on to the pendant again, praying silently.
Okay. Lenora
This
holds your
works.
hand and is checking your pulse. Sorry, what was that last bit?
That this works.
Oh, right,
praying
yeah,
that this
sorry.
works.
It was one of those things where I heard the words and then it took so long to register in my
It was
brain.
one of those things
it
where
like
I
pausing?
stopped
Yeah, it was like...
halfway. Like I stopped the sentence and then realised I weren't
Right.
actually finished with the
as
sentence.
so I'm assuming I'm starting to like.
Yeah,
Go out
you
with
start
it.
to
So I've just,
fade.
like,
The
with
last
my
thing you see is
last-
essentially Lenora just like giving you a sort of like, it'll be
Like while I'm still semi-lucid, I'd like look at the three of you, just like, it'll be okay.
and your head like drops to the side, and he's like, that makes the next bit easier. She has exposed the neck to me. And then he goes, and now we've ate. And the guard's like, did you just fucking kill a woman? Is she dead? And
For now.
Herman, you might want to explain what you're doing as you're doing it.
oh yeah, sorry, I don't normally have an audience. So he turns to the he's like, Sergeant, I assume. And he goes, yeah. Well, I have been doing experiments where I bring people back from the dead. And he goes, you necromantic bastard! And he like whips his sword out and he goes, 9, wait, whoa.
If you stop him now, she doesn't come back.
He's like, it's not necromancy, it's not magic, it's purely medical means, it's meant to help people. I can explain after. I need to administer the second dose,
I
please.
actually nudged Lenora to kind of like.
Yeah, she walks over and tries to like calm the guard, both of them essentially, because the other guy, like seeing his sergeant whip the sword out, is like, ugh. Like they seem
Yeah.
completely crap at what they do. Like this is why there's so many brass helms about, and
Right.
why there's so much vigilante justice is because the actual guards are just useless tossers that get paid far too much.
I point towards Lenora and say, "This one was dead not 10 minutes ago."
Yeah, so she acknowledges that is the truth and goes to talk to the guard whilst Herman gets the final syringe, and he brings it close to Lilith's neck and just waits ever so slightly longer this time, just to push the boundary a little, and then administers it, and then backs off, puts the needle down.
Would I notice that the methodology's changed ever so slightly?
Make... what would that be? I suppose perception check.
Hmm.
Oh, this paint is going straight to my eyeball.
20.
You do notice that extra few seconds. You're about to say something as he like...
Yeah. Yeah, it's not long enough for me to actually like
Yeah,
intervene.
but it's like, you know, it felt longer. But in this silent period where Lilith's heart is stopped and everyone is just holding their breath, Lilith, what you witness.
I don't
no.
want to see
Can I get
anything.
the blue-green light, please? Cool, I'll do. You feel like you're submerged in water. You're deep, deep under the waves. It is pitch black. It's cold. There's a gentle current washing across you. You feel like you're in an infinite space where there's no discernible features. You can't make out depth perception. You can't see your own hand in front of your face. It is an infinite and pitch black. And then these blue and green lights start to flicker far off in the deep. And the blue slowly fills up the world around you. Not to the point where it's no longer dark. It's not light. It's just blue. It's odd. It's difficult to understand how this is happening. There's no light above you, so it's not like sunlight coming through the waves. There is still nothing above you, but there are these blue-green lights sort of dancing in the distance. And you slowly get pulled towards them. Not through your control.
Oh, sorry, my hair fell off.
I'm glad I'm setting such a spooky scene.
That's immersion.
Sorry for that.
I love how you jumped and everyone else jumped because you jumped.
Yeah, I was like-
shit. Oh, it's fine.
Okay,
Sorry.
it's fine. Wait. Yeah, so you get pulled towards these lights. You have no control over the direction you're traveling, but you feel like you're getting deeper. It's getting colder. There's more pressure on your chest. And as you near maybe even probably a mile and a half still away from these lights, like they were a long way away, you see that they are silhouetting something. Between you and the lights is some pillar. And it's about this distance away that you stop. And there is a low, guttural, warbling sound that sounds like 1,000 whales screaming and a volcano erupting all at once, and it fully engulfs you. It is all around you. And then you feel a sharp prick in your neck, and you get ripped upwards and backwards away from these lights. And the darkness fades, and a bright light appears around you. And you are on a table in an operating room, looking at your friends. It worked. You're alive.
Okay.
Lilith?
I'll take as many notes as possible about the whole process.
Mm-hmm.
You good?
Yeah, I think so.
How do you feel?
Tired. There was lots of blue lights.
Did you see anything like Lenora did?
Blue. Lots of blue and cold.
What was Lenora's colour?
Like a pinky.
Pinky
Pink.
red.
Lots of blue and a pillar. And a loud noise. And then I was back.
Well, welcome back.
It worked.
Yeah, you feel fine. Like you said, a little tired, but you feel energized in this at the same time. Almost like you've just been on a 3-day hike, but you've been slamming espressos the whole time. You know, you're physically drained.
A very healthy thing to do.
Yeah, you're physically and mentally drained, but you feel like you could wrestle a bear.
Probably good.
Yeah, you probably could.
Yeah.
Wrestle a bear in mud.
I'd say to the gods, so whatever this guy is doing, you can see he's onto something, but you saw that room back there?
He said, "That's fucking witchcraft, that is." No, that's not right. That's not natural. That's
It's
playing God.
It's science, not witchcraft. And
He's like really fucking pissy about
but
it.
I'm like, but I don't agree with how he got here. So
I think his research is good, but it needs to be handed off to somebody who can do this properly and ethically. And
Well, where's the research? And Herman points to the trunk, and he goes, "If you could get this into the hands of Professor Kezra or someone at the university," and he's like, I know people, I can pull some strings, you know, I'm the sergeant of specifically this part of the city, but...
inside check about the knowing people and all that stuff.
Go on, go for it.
Like, yeah, I know a guy. He's like, do you? 12.
Okay, you think that, yeah, okay, he knows, like, a guy,
Right.
which is probably just his boss who knows everyone.
Right.
It's
yeah.
like he's trying to play Billy Big Bollocks, but chances are it's just like he is just a slightly bigger small fish, you know?
Yeah.
He's nothing important. Like, that's why he was just assigned to, clean up duty after this dog attack, whatever it was.
Yeah.
So you just have that sort of, like, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So, I do?
Well, maybe.
My commander does.
And hear me out. We could take it to Professor. I'm so sorry. What is his name again? Kezra.
Thaddeus Kezra. I mean, I would
At least then
love
we
the
know
chance
that.
to meet the man.
And at least
Well-
then we know that it'll go to him.
It's technically a crime scene now, so you can't take the evidence.
Do you want to talk
What's-
about technically?
What's the crime?
Because you technically watched me
The
die,
fucking
bitch.
murders in the other room.
and the grave robbing.
And he just I know he brought her back, but technically he killed her.
Yeah, but you
That's
didn't do
murder.
anything about it. That's also a
Um,
crime.
Yeah, I was
You did
gonna
shit
say,
all.
Like,
That's also a crime.
We did tell him.
you were technically accessory to murder just now.
Aiding and abetting.
He just like whistles really loudly, and you can hear down the stairs, and like all these guys like marching, and he's like,
And then it's just gonna go, oh, spoopy!
is when you do that, you get that sort of whoa aftermath
Yeah.
of that Lenora had, and during that time, everything briefly just goes blue for a moment, and you get a flash of that pillar in front of your eyes again, and then it's back to normal. Look, we need to comb through this place for evidence. We will make sure this goes through all the right channels. Chances are my boss is going to want to see this. We will get it to Professor Kezra or someone at the university who can deal with it, yeah? You have done brilliantly. And he goes, to the point, he goes, Billy! Pay the people! And he comes over and he gives you each 15 gold.
Nice.
He's like, we'll call it quits, yeah? I'll get this research to someone who deserves it. You are coming with me, sunshine. And he looks up and he goes, yeah, I sort of saw that coming, let's face it.
Wait. Herman, why do I keep seeing blue?
Blue? I
It's blue.
I don't know anything about blue, darling.
Now I'm darling.
It's rubbed off from your friend. She's very nice. She calls people darling. It seemed like a really loving thing to do. I'm trying not to be a dick about it because I'm having a really good time right now because my experiments just fucking worked twice in a row. Do you understand how big this is for me? I'm trying to be nice. Don't fuck it up. I've done nothing to you from the start.
In the moments before the guards take anything away, I will try my best to catalogue absolutely everything.
Okay, make a sleight of hand check to see how quickly you can pen down sensible notes because they are immediately moving things. To the point where one of them is like, oh, come on, boss, I want to go see the mud wrestling. We're fucking moving all this stuff now. It's going to take all afternoon.
Is it?
We're actually competing in that.
Oh, see, that's not fair. Come on, boss.
Is there anything that's like
Not
obvious?
another word out of you.
Like anything obvious that would be worth taking?
I mean, it's similar to...
As in not like
17.
You make pretty solid notes. Like, you inventory all the big, sort of important things then.
I'll focus on anything chemical, because obviously this is a chemical process.
Yeah, it's there where you get enough of the notes where you can at least, even if you don't know what they are, you can describe the compound that was used.
And as long as they're labelled in such a way that's like common chemical formulas, at least I can then...
Yeah. So there's definitely some you don't know what the specifics are, and it could be that like there's a couple of powders that are white, or like a couple of liquids that look very similar, so you think like, oh, that's probably a copper-based one because it's got that like bluey-green tinge to
so
it.
I do my best to actually...
But there's like two of
fill
them
the
and they're
gaps.
clearly different. Yeah, so that
okay.
you're having to draw upon what you've studied in your life, but it's substantial enough that you get decent notes.
Just for like my own reference, do we know, is it common knowledge about like divine magic resurrections? Is that something that people know about?
So necromantic resurrection, very common knowledge, not necessarily commonplace, but enough sort of, like the stories you tell your kids at bedtime about, ooh, tuck yourself in tight or the necromancer will kill you and raise you in his army.
Undead stuff that is...
Yeah, undead are common enough knowledge. Divine resurrection, there are rumours of.
Okay.
Sort of several thousand years of hearsay. None in the last 3,000 years at least.
Right. Cool.
So you're looking at the very like... Well, probably about 5,000 years ago, the dawn of the new gods. When they created avatars, that is when they were most powerful, influential, and benevolent.
Right.
Now, there may be some here and there that don't really get talked about, but it seems their love for the mortal races has waned, and now they see themselves as the gods they are, not the saviors of the people, but deities that ought to be worshipped. And other medical means of resurrection, unheard of.
Okay, cool.
People tried, people failed. People tried, people made zombies. People tried, people died.
It's a big deal. It's like
Is
doing what
massive.
the gods should be doing. But,
Yes.
Yeah.
This is groundbreaking, world and life-changing research that, if taken further and over a bigger sample size and studied correctly, you can assume that, this can be honed in to save people that have been dead longer. That, it's not just dead, immediately bring someone back like a fresh corpse, but, people that have been dead a few days from a disease that they can then sort of, maybe not necessarily a disease, because it could be the disease fully killed them off, but
when I say, is there anything to like take? I mean, is there anything obvious that if I took it, they'd lose a bit of evidence? They may need that bit of evidence. You know what I mean?
The only thing I can think of that's coming to mind are the syringes that are still on the table.
Okay.
But it is in plain sight, so you may attempt it, but you're gonna have to god roll it, because this room is full of people. To be fair, these guys could spot it and keep stum. However, it's important evidence, so you may try.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and...
The devil on the shoulder.
She's gonna try and...
These two are actually dressed as devils.
And we were like...
I'm gonna try and take it, but I'm gonna make it obvious to you guys what I'm gonna do. And maybe be like, kind of, infer. I know you can't, but if you're like, do something so I can get this.
As soon as I see you even
I'm just
approaching it, I go over to the sergeant and I'm like, Sergeant, there's some more samples in this next room, and I just lead him into the morgue, hopefully.
Okay. Well, you're in the morgue, so
Yeah,
it would have been
the
back
the
to
other
the
room. Yeah.
alchemical. Yeah.
Alchemical.
So you start leading him to the alchemical lab, but there are still others in the room.
Yeah.
And also make a stealth check to see if anyone else picked up on your little hint.
Okay.
I want to turn around and like accidentally knock the metal table over.
Okay.
Like with the hammer, like just turning and just like dragging it and catch it and see if I can knock it over.
Hilariously,
to
that is
maybe-
believable with that hammer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
11.
what I'm thinking.
11. Okay.
With the intention that maybe in the commotion of picking things
Make
up, she'd
like
be able
a
to.
deception check.
Okay.
See how well you can convince them that it was an accident.
I'll just start screaming.
11.
Another 11.
That's
Okay.
an 11.
Danger! Big flies!
Like, oh shit! I'm
We're
so
trying to put out
sorry.
diversions
Yeah, so-
like in context, and you're just like,
My foot! There's something wrong with my foot!
Okay, so this is all going on all at the same time. The guards are sounding like the fuck.
Exactly.
There's like this big clang and like a clattering as the syringes like go flying across the room and like slam into the walls, and you start screaming about your foot, and one of them comes up and he's like, "Is it a cramp? I can give it a rab."
I think you said, is it a crab then? Is it a crab?
As the syringes fly, I'm looking at Lilith and just winking.
Yeah.
Okay,
And I'm just
so,
gonna,
yeah,
Like
you,
pretend, oh shit, we dropped everything,
yeah,
like
so
picking it up.
you make
gotta have a foot
another
rub from
slight
Peter's
hand
eye.
check to see if you
So
can
much.
stow it.
Come make a fuss of me.
12.
12.
Fuck's sake.
You pick one up.
Yeah.
Well, you pick up a couple of them, and the one with the reanimation solution, you just and hand the other two off.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't seem like anyone has noticed, but you're not entirely sure.
When I see her, like, do we see her? Do we see that she's done it? Like us three?
Are you actively watching, or are you like looking at the guards
I'm
trying
kind
to?
of like, my leg, and like looking out to the side.
Okay.
I wouldn't know because I'm in the other room now.
Make a perception check.
Turn my back and I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry, just keeping that charade
no, I
going,
did
so I'm
not
not
see.
looking.
Oh, 10.
What did
Ooh.
what did you roll on the stealth again?
12. Excuse me, a bit.
You didn't see her put it away, but you can see that she's got the syringes, so you assume that she may well have pocketed something.
Okay. While everyone's fussing me,
Mm.
I'm just gonna go. I'm okay now.
The guard who offered to rub your feet is like, oh.
Oh.
He's got a
Oh no!
This is gonna just go. People pay good money for that.
I love the fact that I've thrown all these disgusting horrors at you, and the most visceral reaction you've had has been over a guard upset that he can't rub your feet. Oh, Christ.
Oh dear.
Okay,
She's gonna hand the other two over and be like, "These are important."
yeah, the guard grabs him and is like, follows his boss into the other room, and they just start, like, lugging stuff out, and then two of them come behind Herman and shackle him in what, essentially they're glowing. They look like, anti-magic manacles. And he's like, as you have no worries with me casting magic, the whole point of this was that I was not relying on magic. And then he sort of like looks at you guys and he's like, I could have had some. It's a guards. And then they just push him away. And you just have that moment of like, wait, what the fuck did he mean?
Yeah. Had who?
So the sergeant doesn't suspect anything. I just grab like the first vial of any chemical off the and just tell him that it's really important.
It's like fucking glowing green, like sort of thick, slimy green goop.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, this looks important.
Yeah.
Take that. And another one comes along and he like grabs it and he's just like, he doesn't trust it not to like blow or something. Like these guys are just fumbling idiots.
Scarius knows that it's just a chemical lamp.
It's just like some fucking
It's like a glow stick.
Stooges sketch with all these guys like sort of come in and go in, and like it's very up and down Bobby with the little like feathers going on the hats and
Hitting each other with ladders.
Yeah, it's pathetic to witness, honestly.
Shall we maybe leave these
Um,
good gentlemen to their work and
Yeah. But first of all, Sergeant, if they need to see me, you know, considering I died and came back to life, you know where to find us.
Yeah, Lenora sort of like doubles the thing. She's like, yes, if you need me, probably just shop around for tea and you'll come across me.
We're staying at the Three-Legged Goblin.
Oh, yes, I know the place. I'm staying by at the wine house by. The wine house by water. It's a little more my speed, you know.
Sounds more my speed too.
But you know where to find us.
Yeah.
And she just goes, okay.
Lenora, after, like, she says it's more my speed, and she sort of like picks up on the intrigue by you. She's like, oh no, darling, it's rather drab. I just mean, the Three-Legged Goblin is a little more rambunctious than I enjoy, you know. The Winehouse by Water is frankly worse, but just less of a headache.
Noted.
Mud wrestling?
I could really do with some mud wrestling.
Sarge, if we, you know, because we helped you with all this,
Yeah.
if we go to the mud wrestling and they've already started without us, do you think we could put in a good word for us?
Nah.
Yeah, that's
Why?
fair enough.
I've got nothing to do with that, to be fair.
Yeah, but they know you more than they know us.
I don't know them. What a fucking bold assumption.
You said you
But
knew,
do you know
knew
people? Yeah.
Yeah, not the fucking mud wrestling geezers.
Why not?
Who the fuck knows them? Do I look like a man who mud wrestles?
Look like a man who needs a bath.
I drink pints and I watch dwarf fighting. Not fucking mud wrestling.
And is
It's
there
a much more elite class of fighters.
I think there needs to be a TV show called.
Today?
No, there's not.
Okay, never mind.
There needs to be a TV
Unfortunately,
show called.
We're not allowed to do it in the city anymore. There was a few deaths.
Right, okay.
But I travel. You know, I'm a man of the world when I'm on holidays from my job. They fucking love it. They punch lumps out of each other. It's a great time. Me and the lads, couple of pints, some pretzels, you know, the works. It's a right laugh.
Okay, bye. She just walks off. She's just like, no. done
Herman
with you
turns
now.
to you and he's like, thank you once more. Honestly, I'm glad you came round to me. Or at least my work. You have been a great help and I shall make a note of you in my memoirs. You too. And he turns to Lenora and he's like, I cannot thank you both enough.
You've seen some shit in your life, right?
I have.
Any idea what this is? And she just takes off her chain and hands it to you.
What's on the...
So it's it's got like a black stone, which is like iridescent in the light.
Oh, yeah.
And then two like serpentine figures holding it.
I am afraid I don't recognize any of the design. And he's like trying to get a look around because obviously he can't hold it because his arms behind his back. And they're trying to drag him out. And he's like, would you please just for one moment, you rude bastards. He's just like, don't you get shirty with me, sunshine. I'll fucking put you in the ground.
I'm gonna fucking haunt you. Shut up.
He's like, but that stone, have you not realized it is the same stones that the buildings around here are made of? And then they just pull him away. And he's like, goodbye, friends!
Yeah, see you, Herman. Nice
You may
guy.
use my labs. Oh, wait, they take the stuff. And he's just finally, like,
As
he's
soon as
clearly
you say
still
nice
talking,
guy.
but just getting quieter and quieter.
I
As
think
soon
we
as
should
you say
save
nice
him.
guy, he went. I go. He kidnapped you.
Yeah, well, he was okay. You know?
Lenora just goes, technically it was the servant that kidnapped him. Speaking of, and then she looks around and realizes that it's gone, as one last act of defiance, Herman just like whoosh, and put the enchantment back on. Or it just fucked off. It just got out. One of the two.
It's just wandering around.
It's actually
now.
just in like a secret like broom closet standing there waiting for instruction.
He's out.
Poor thing.
Like, if I was a zombie, where would I go? Mud wrestling.
Okay, I don't know about you guys. I have had enough of corpse stink for one day. So can we get topside?
Of course.
Okay, so you make your way back through the underground stink pit of doom, and you get back out into the street. It's a little cloudier than it was earlier, with a hint of drizzle, which is going to be fun in the mud. Let's go with this.
While we're walking,
There we go.
Lilith is gonna just show you, like she's got it, and put it back slightly, but snap off the end so she doesn't stab herself with it.
Smart.
Just like no, and just put it back where she hid it, whatever it was.
I also make a
In her
note
garter or whatever.
of letting, not like
Just between the boobs.
Yeah.
not like showing everyone, but make sure like they can clearly see my notes before I fold my notebook over and put it back in my.
Like we're all making each other aware that we have shit. Shit is have.
Shit is have.
Lenora goes, well, this has been quite the experience, but I'm afraid I must retire for the day. I'm rather tired, as you can imagine, so who knows, perhaps I shall see you around. Oh, I don't drink that filth. Also, I would like to brew up a fresh batch of tea, so I'm going to go to the Winehouse Bywater, and I am going to enjoy the rest of my evening sipping tea and wine and just being surrounded by no one and nothing.
Well, you're doing it. I'm like,
She's like, give them a jolly good time in the mud wrestling. Good luck.
oh, I will.
Take care, Lenora.
I hope to see you all soon. And she just sort of like, it's not trudges away, but you can tell that she's tired. You know, she doesn't normally fight giant flies in a
She
basement.
doesn't normally die and come back to life.
True. So yeah,
Who doesn't
she,
normally fight giant flies in the basement? Everyone does that. You know?
So you guys
Mud wrestling.
in the
mud
street. You're only a couple of you were literally like a minute's walk away from the mud wrestling, because it was a case of you left the mud wrestling, got assaulted by cosmic grung, and then immediately went down into a basement, so you're not that far away at all. And
yeah, just hoping that our names haven't been called yet.
the,
We just rush up.
the little blonde halfling woman. Wait, was she halfling or gnomish? Oh no, my prejudice.
I think it was gnomish.
Gnomish.
Yeah.
She locks eyes with you, sort of sees you as a group, because let's face it, you're hard to miss. Apart from being covered in gunk and gore and other things, you know, one of you is scantily clad, two of you are bright red devil men, and one of you carries around a bow bigger than you. So you do stick out somewhat, and
Hi.
I think it's probably a good time to take a break there.
Nice.
Awesome.
So we'll be right back. Hello, welcome back. So, before the break, we got through the basement of horrors. We decided to inform the guards they were going to take the research away, and the wee little fellow that did it all, after resurrecting 2 corpses successfully, is now in manacles. And we rejoin at the mud wrestling.
You were a corpse today.
I was.
Yeah.
So, the little gnomish woman spots you and is like, oh, if it wasn't for the whole whatever just happened over here, you'd have been late, but we had to push back the start just a smidge, so you're right on time. Come on down.
What happened?
Nice.
Oh, there was like some kerfuffle with like dogs and stuff. I don't know. The guards made us just wait and hold off.
Oh, we were there. We saw that.
We killed the dogs.
They were dog leeches. They had human teeth.
That sounds vile.
Yeah, it was gross.
What mad bastard designed that?
Yeah.
It's a long story. Don't worry
Anywho,
about it.
we're about to start. We've written up the brackets.
I think I've broken.
Which one of you is scariest? You're up first, love. Are you alright, lad?
My man.
She was standing there going,
That's what she did. That's what Lilith had done to the.
I just like that you had to demonstrate what
Yeah,
teeth
but
were.
this woman just like full on just didn't even spot you
know.
until like just last second.
I am
It's like,
curious. Am I going first?
you're up first, love. Right.
Great.
If everyone can follow me, and she like leads you to this like staging area with like a tent over it, where there are like essentially little like lockers, like sort of arcane locked baskets essentially, for you to place your weaponry in. She's like, there's no weapons allowed in the mud wrestling for very obvious reasons. I shouldn't have to tell you.
Am I allowed my arm brace?
Is it a weapon?
I take it off and I show her like that I tremble without it. I can't grip things without it.
That's going to be rather unfortunate in the mud wrestling, wouldn't you think?
That's why he needs to keep it on.
Can
Yeah, I think prosthetics are fine.
Okay. And I just
Although we've never had a prosthetic leg before. I wonder if it gets stuck.
in the mud.
And just stump.
I unclip my axe, take out my dagger, and just
How big are the
If we could get everyone else's now, just so, you know. Yeah, she looks at the hammer and goes,
It's his walking stick.
Yeah, I need this.
He has a bit of a limp.
it's got a bleeding building on the end of it.
He's
You
very,
can't take that in the ring, love.
He's very heavy on his left side, so he needs that on.
It's a counterweight. That's what it is.
But you can't take it in the ring regardless.
He got one leg shorter than the other.
Right. Okay.
We'll take good care of it if that's what you're worried about.
Okay. Here you go. Like lift
She
it
like
up
there's clearly some sort of security detail there, and this guy that she hands it to is like, oh, as if to be like, I'm gritting my teeth through the pain because this is you can slowly see him going down. He's like,
Yeah, look after it. That's my baby right there.
it just hits into the mud. He's like, sorry.
Okay, I'm gonna have to clean it, but that's fine.
To be fair, you've been like dragging this over.
It's covered in blood, and like
Yeah.
You
Guts,
could use that as a
viscera.
tiny little stripper pole.
you could. You mean me, or do you mean the royal you?
The performer you.
Ah.
Okay, so
Kind of
There's a Lilith in us all.
Nah.
how does this work then?
So, if you'll follow me to the
I've given
arena.
out all my stuff as well.
So there's essentially
can
like a
have it.
square of mud
Square of
with like a white it almost looks like a projection
Right.
that's like sort of slightly hovering off the floor, that counts as like the inbounds, but obviously they can't put it in the mud because it'll just get kicked around and stuff, so there's some sort of enchantment like light to show the bounds. Around that is some wooden just like fence posts with, you know, primitive like wonky fence centers, with then a standing area at the front and then a few like little bleachers towards the north and south side of the ring. So the entrance that you guys come into, you sort of came around from the west, tucked around to the east. I know this is backwards to everyone, but like okay, from your west to the east, you like looped around the back. So as you approach, there's people either side of you here, and you're up first, and your competitor comes up, and it's this dragonbone, sort of the typical scurvy sea dog looking guy. You know, he's got a few missing teeth. I was going to say like fangs, but you know,
Yeah.
some chips and dings in his scales and some scarring, and you know, there's like it's a whole vibe. Like you can't help but think this guy's a sailor. You know, the sort of stripy top and the big puffy pantaloon trousers, and the woman, the Gnomish woman goes, "This is Owain Ag. They call him Copper Skull. He's our wharf master. So please don't break him too much because he needs to do his job later. Isn't that right, Owain?" And he's like, "Yes, that is true. I do need to get back to my job. This is my lunch hour, so let's get on with it, shall we?"
I love him.
Pleasure.
What do they call it?
Copper
Wine.
Skull.
Oh yeah.
Pleasure to meet you.
Ironically, I am not a copper dragon, I am a brass dragon. Which I know has got composite copper, but if you'll take a look, and he leans forward, and where he's got like, clearly one of his horns has been like ripped off and is now like replaced with like a fake one. He's like, Boating accident. The boys thought it'd be really funny to call me Copper Skull, knowing full well I'm not made of copper. Anyway, let's go fuck about in the mud, is it?
Sounds great.
So immediately he's like skipping out. He's getting the crowd going. He's like, "Way!" And the crowd start cheering. And she goes, "Go on, get out there, lad."
I very boringly just walk out.
Some old woman from the back goes, "Do something!"
I do a backflip.
Make a dex check with disadvantage because of how boggy the
Oh,
mud
yeah.
is.
Damn it.
Oh, no.
What have I done to
Get
myself?
stuck in it just as you're trying to take off.
That's a natural 2. 6.
Okay, yeah, so there's... As you go to jump, there's like a suction under your feet, you know, like a proper
I don't
fold
even
of
make it off
vacuum.
the ground, do
Yeah,
I?
you barely go. You just sort of go, and then lose your balance and just fall backwards into the mud. And the whole crowd just goes, "Way!" He
When you
fell
drop a
over.
pint.
He fell over. And he goes, "Oh, it's a good job we didn't start, lad. You'd have been out straight away." Right, come on then. And he like sort of gets himself ready to go. And then his face just goes, he's
Yeah.
like, deadly
Okay.
serious.
Oh.
This motherfucker came to win.
Right.
So this
Go on, Scar.
this hobgoblin bloke comes up in a full-on, like, but not even like a referee t-shirt. He's shirtless but painted black and white. So there's like on the white you can see like a bit of the red coming through, so it's like pinky stripes. And he's like, "Ladies and gentlemen, we begin Mud Wrestling Division 2 with..." And then he just like checks notes. "Scarius, Va, and Owain, Copper Skull, Ag." He's like, "Combatants, ready?" He like points at both of you, and then like
Get
Owain
the
gives him a
first
nod.
punch in!
Owain gives him a nod, so he like lifts his arm and he goes, "Ready?"
I take like a Wing Chun stance.
Okay. And then he was like, "I'll take that as ready. Begin." So, mechanically, how this works. During the break, I had everyone roll 5 numbers and add a series of modifiers to them. I am going to flip a coin. You call heads or tails.
Oh,
Heads is
no.
high,
Oh,
tails is
no.
low. I will then roll against your value.
Okay.
I didn't tell them this. Everyone thought the higher the better. So, call heads or tails, highs or lows. Heads is high.
So wait. So if I call high,
You pick one of your numbers from your list
yeah.
and basically top trumps the other guy's roll.
So then I have to have the high number if I pick high.
Yes. Well, no, basically, you're both competing for the highest number at that point.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you'll say high if it lands... well, actually, you don't even necessarily need to call. It's just, like, okay, heads. So it's highs. So, as an example round, and for
Okay.
everyone's benefit at home, I don't know why I made it call here. That's, ignore
Yeah.
that. Sorry. So, from your 5 numbers,
Mm-hmm.
pick a number that essentially becomes the DC of this
Okay.
check. It's a best of 5. If you win 3 in a row, auto win.
Okay.
But
I'll
do you have to scribble one out every time you use it? You cross it out then.
Yeah.
So you can use it once and then that's your number.
Yeah, or
gone.
put a tick next to it. Don't put a line through it. Make
Okay.
sure you can see the number. Just put a tick next to it.
20.
20. Okay. Okay, you win the first one.
Okay.
So he's too busy trying to like rile the crowd, and you take the stance and just immediately like lunge and tackle at his gut and just catch him off guard. He's on the back foot. He steadies himself with his tail by like drilling it into the mud somewhat, and he starts to push back. So heads again, highs.
19.
With
Cross.
the bonus, that is a point for him. So after digging that tail into the mud, because all of these are rolling with like a flat bonus.
Yeah.
So he drills the tail into the mud, and using that like sort of spring momentum, just pushes back, and your foot like slips from under you. It's starting to get really boggy at this point because between the first division and this division, they basically just had hoses on it. You know, it's like they put the sprinklers on. It is marshy.
I see him trying to use his tail, and I try and use my tail to take his legs.
Okay. Next one up. Oh, balls. That is tails. Lows.
Lows.
He's got to roll under you.
I'll use my lowest number then.
Okay.
17.
Oh,
You rolled a nat 19 with a bonus, so you actually take that one. Sick.
I say I do actually manage to get a grip of one of his legs there.
You
with
just
my
sort of
tail.
like sweep his ankle. You just hear in the background, sweep the leg!
Is it that old woman again?
It's her friend. That's Gladys and Doris. They're always at these events.
I love the mud wrestling.
She's like, this ain't my first mud wrestling rodeo. Right. Heads, highs. You're lucky that you get in highs.
19.
19. You win again. 3 in a row. You sweep his leg, he drops to his back, and you just like, you go to pin him, but then like, you can just hear, no, you don't pin, it's just the first to fall over or leave the ring. No pinning involved. I should have told you that beforehand, we were in a bit of a rush. I'm very sorry that I didn't go over the rules in the first place. Winner! And the guy comes out, he's like, winner!
I immediately pull him out of the mud.
Like, this hobgoblin is drunk as shit, by the way.
I pull Owain out of the mud.
Yeah, he's like, oh, good game, lad. Right, I'm off for a quick piss, quick shower, and I'm back down the docks. Ta-ra, everybody! And he's like, that was my 15 minutes of fame.
You gave me the idea to use my tail.
Shit. So, Scarius evolves. Scarius progresses to the next round. I don't even know what I was going to say.
I evolve into Charizard.
Okay, so the next round,
Didn't the thing
the
in
next
it
two
go?
competitors, you recognize one of them. It is Kiraj, the large tabaxi
Oh, the
Oh,
bodyguard
bodyguard.
of Prince
Oh.
Scry.
I'm glad I'm not fighting him.
And Scry is with him out the back. And he's like,
Prince
go
Scry.
on, chap,
Prince
give
Scry.
him a jolly good baggering.
Oh.
Put him in the dirt, kick him in the brain. And then the woman's like, I don't think you understand the rules of mud wrestling. And he's like, oh, I thought this was Death League. Never mind. And Courage is just like in the zone. He's like, he's like riling himself up and just like chanting. Like the guy he's against is a dwarf, but is particularly thin for a dwarf. And he's got a very long, thin mustache and like next to no beard. It's like if you didn't know he was a dwarf, you wouldn't expect it.
Yeah.
But he turns to the big guy, eyes him up. He's like, "You're going down, or my name is not Roger the Merciless. You shall taste mud." And Courage just goes, and just like plods out to the thing. And the
Come on, Rog.
Roger like
Rog the
trudges
dodge,
out to the
come
mud
on.
as well.
Give him a good rogering.
Charlie, I nearly said that. That's why I said buggering. I was like, no, I can't double down on the Roger.
Yeah.
too much
People
Rog.
will notice.
People did notice.
Yeah. So they sort of square off against each other. Courage is absolutely dwarfing it. Okay, haha, funny dwarf. But he is like, compared to this guy, is towering above him. It looks like he could just bear hug him and crush him in one. But Courage then, like, he's got this like sort of leathery armor on, and just strips it off and just throws it at Prince Scry's feet. And you can see these huge, like, claw marks down his chest that have, like, healed over really, really badly. But, like, straight up, this could be, like, a manticore claw. Like, this is a big fucking claw mark that gash deep. And where the sort of, like, between the actual gashes, there's very little of the fur actually connecting, because he's, like, a sort of mottled grey colour with like a faint hint of like leopard spots that are just slightly darker grey with like hints of brown. But over this is sort of like uncomfortably pinky flesh where the like fur hasn't grown back. And he just turns to the little guy and goes, "Ah!" And Roger goes, "Not having it. No, you're going down." Yep.
He's
Yep.
confident.
And you can see his nerves starting to go. And he's just like looking up at him. He's like, "Merciless! Merciless! Ah!" The hobgoblin is like, "Combat's ready!" They both just give him a nod. And he goes, "Begin!" He like leans over and goes, and Meanwhile, like, these guys are already like, scrapping, but it's just like no one's paying attention because they're all looking at this hobgoblin that's just like coughing his liver up because he's shouting so much, and he's clearly like got a dry throat from all the alcohol he's been drinking, and everyone's just watching him, and they're just carrying on fighting. But Kiraj just grabs him by the head, basically by the skull, and starts to push him down. You can see his knees buckling.
Rude.
But then he just dives at him, catches him round the back of the leg, and just in one sweep just spins and chicken legs him. And Kiraj kneels to the ground, and as he does, jumps up and just double hand pounds him on the back of the head, and Kiraj just goes face first in the dirt. It is over before he begins.
Yes,
he is
Rog.
out. Scry is like, bollocks. Well, it was a good effort, chap. Clean yourself off. We've got a banquet to get to. Come on. And Kiraj is like... And he just fucking punches a massive hole through the fence, like spraying the people in the front row with like shrapnel and dirt. And they're all just like sort of panicked for a moment. And Roger's like, huzzah! Roger the Merciless is victorious! Yeah! He like stumbles back off, and his boot gets stuck, and it's like he's trying to play it off as being cool, and he's like looking around, and it's basically what happened to you. It sort of like created a vacuum under his foot. So he wanders off to the backstage and like starts cleaning himself
where
up.
I've just stepped out of my welly.
Oh, so many times.
It's the worst.
I was just walking, and my welly just stayed where I was.
Yeah. And then
Next
sock in
round,
mud.
you also recognise the competitor. One is Broilerleaf. The other is Roz, the dwarven ancient prostitute.
I saw this, as soon as you said Roz, Robbie was like,
Oh, you
She
can't
comes
beat
up,
Roz.
she's like, you're my competitor. Yeah? Like, she's even more drunk than the last time you saw her. She's slurring even more. There's like dribble down her chin. The Gnomish woman was like, are you in any state to wrestle, love? You look a bit, she's like, I've wrestled blokes 10 times bigger than you could ever imagine. I've got this.
I just go,
She's like, you're going down, princess. She like lifts her skirt too high and like wades out into the mud.
Lilith is just gonna look at you and just go.
You got
I
this.
don't
This
got
will be
it.
fun. Look, she's
Lilith is
Like,
just gonna
as
look
she
at you
lifts
and
the
just be
skirt,
like,
there's a few wolf whistles from the crowd, and then a few people going, oh.
oh. Literally, Lilith is just looking at you like, no, don't do it.
Not Roz.
It's danger.
she will have bad balance, but she will feel less pain.
Also, she's a fucking nutcase.
She is not wrong. So, you step out to the ring.
Okay.
I've got every confidence in you.
Shut up, back.
1 gold on Roz. Just
I
go
will-
to like shake your hand.
I will take that bet.
Thanks, guys.
So, the
Roz, I'm gonna
hobgoblin
tell him you're
comes
not
back out.
working.
She's like, I'm doing this so I could get a ticket to the big party so I could actually get more money, love. It's all thought through.
I should have known.
Plan
You've always
made.
got it worked out, Roz.
I might just let her win for that.
The woman at the back is like, oh yeah, also because I was in a rush I didn't tell you that the victory person, the winner, they would get not only 50 gold, but they'd also get a ticket to the King's Palace at the end of the week for the big inauguration thingy, whatever it is. I don't really know what's going on. There's a lot of stuff happening, and but the person in second, they don't get a ticket, but they do get 25 gold, and the person in third gets 20 gold. It's not much of a difference between second and third,
No,
but
she's useless.
this is all just like
just
being
saying this
screamed
to you,
out of a
like,
tent
what
at like 100 mile an hour. You were just like, what is she saying?
Just like that.
Go get her, love. But the hobgoblin comes back, and clearly, like, something has happened because he goes, competitors, ready. He's desperately trying to scream, and nothing's happening. And Roz goes, tries to wink at him. He's like,
So fucking scared.
Oh no.
and he points at you.
Roz has no teeth.
Ready.
Ready?
I would rather go up against the
So-
back seat.
Yeah. I want to go up to against Rod the Dodge rather
Tails,
than Roz.
lows.
What do I do?
Pick a number that you want to basically
Okay,
ante
8.
up as low. 8. Ooh, very good. She's got a 9. That was
So do I win?
you win that one.
Woohoo!
So
Suck on that
she
rod.
goes to like.
Done,
she-
done.
She
Literally
will.
No,
She
no,
will.
she's like, that'll be 4 gold. So there's a moment where she thinks she's got the advantage, but as she goes to like lunge, her foot just slips from under her, and she essentially falls into your chest head first, and you just like use that momentum to like spin her over your legs, so she's now like the other side of you. So heads, highs.
15.
15 draw. So that one's a bit of a weird one where essentially if you don't get to like 3 at the end, there's like an additional thing, but for now it's just she like as she goes to go backwards and like you go to flip her, she just grabs onto your shoulder just enough to get like leverage and squares back up, so you're basically now sort of like back up to starting positions. Tails lows.
12.
12. Oh, that's an 18 plus something. So that's another one. So as she
Nice.
like snaps back up, you notice that the momentum is going slightly too far. So you essentially just like palm her in the side of the head to like push her going with it.
Was you drunk?
Yeah. So you could win it here. Heads, highs.
14.
Natural 2. You manage to palm her in the head and sweep just under her leg at the same time. This mud wrestling is more like whacking each other really hard until someone falls over. There's no real rules
Yeah, the
other
only
than like no
context is that
weapons.
there's mud on the floor.
Yeah, there's mud on the floor,
Yeah.
and you don't have weapons, so it's not Death League, and it's not dwarf fighting. So it's just mud wrestling.
Wait, so I could have been throwing like unarmed strikes and stuff.
I mean, in theory, but it would have just sort of like
Yeah. Yeah,
flavor-wise.
for the
Yeah. So yeah, you sweep her, she drops, she's like flat, like pancaked, starfished in the dirt. Her skirt comes up and she like flashes the crowd. You just like
Oh.
I'm gonna like look at like side eye back as I'm walking off and just be like,
as you begin walking away, she goes,
Iscarius.
"Good game," and then she goes, "5 silver. Anyone wants to go?" Like she's using this as a business venture. Like
You should just drop her prices.
the
as well.
hobgoblin
Yes.
goes up and like unsticks her from the mud. She's just completely like essentially she is now split dead in half, where the front half is perfectly clean and like in a perfect line all around her in an outline is just mud, and it is like thick, sticky, like sort of slightly paler than chocolate, but just
Yeah.
gross World War One mud. This is a nightmare of a time.
Advanced mud.
It's like all stuck in her hair as well, and like it's a bad time for her.
To be fair, I
I've
think she's
given
probably
you your
cleaner
gold.
now.
Yeah.
Your 1 gold.
The crabs managed to get stuck in the dirt.
Yeah, she's clean now.
So the final round, if you haven't been keeping track, is Bax and Lilith.
Oh, damn.
I say final round, the final of the first round, like the preliminaries.
So they just
How's
pitting
this
their numbers
working?
against each other with you rolling the coin.
Flipping a coin.
Flipping the coin. Oh.
Ooh.
So what I want you to do is, A, hide the numbers from each other.
What have I got?
But B, actually write down for a second time like the number that you want to use or mark it in some way, just so that I'm not saying that you're going to lie to each other at all, but just so you've got proof that
Okay.
I picked this before you said
Oh,
you were
okay.
thing.
Okay.
So one of you can't say like 15, and then because you got too higher, you like
Well, if you show Tifa and I'll show Jess which one we're picking.
yeah, that's
And
probably
then
better.
that's...
Okay.
Okay,
I see.
So you both head out into the ring.
So if it's heads, higher wins.
Yes,
If it's,
if it's tails,
lower
lower wins. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay, so we
You-
need to pick it but not say anything first.
yeah,
Okay.
just sort of like
Just
mark
point
it,
it
designate. Yeah. So you head out into the ring. The gnomish woman turns to Scarce and goes, "I didn't really want to pit friends against each other, but like we sort of ran out of space. I hope it's not going to cause too much friction.
Oh no, I think they'll enjoy it.
Fingers crossed."
Bitch, I died today.
Guilt him into letting you win. So the
I've
hobgoblin
died
has
'cause of
given up
you.
at this point. He's got his mate to come out, so this little actual goblin comes out. And he's like, "Challengers ready?"
I'm not gonna go easy. Just saying.
He sort of gives the nod of approval and he's like, begin! Heads, highs. Okay. Oh, shit, speaking of. So, your results, please.
21.
15.
Ooh, first round goes to Bax. Okay, so Bax just dashes in, like, sort of one hand on the arm, one hand on the shoulder, and goes to, like, sort of spin you with it. So as you sort of gather momentum, see if you can fight back. Tails lows.
Ooh.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
2.
14.
Oh, whoa, you really added up, didn't you? You went hard on the highs.
I went hard on the highs.
Ooh, that low number really
My
came
numbers were 17, 18, 19, 19, 20.
cracked. So
I actually deducted from mine as well, some of
yeah,
them.
as
so
he gets like a
Fair play,
grip
that
on
was
your arm
smart.
and starts bringing it around your back, you just sort of like spin, like countering towards it. So then you get a lock on his elbow, and you just start ready to like swing him face down into the mud.
Whoa, okay.
Well, I'll just go in. I will tell Scarius I'm not a performer.
No, come on.
Heads, highs.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
12.
20.
Oh, okay. As you start swinging face down, you sort of like almost go limp and put all your weight on it to cause it to like start to flip over the top of you. So that's now 2 in your favor. Tails lows. Ooh. Reveal.
9.
15.
Ooh, 2 apiece.
2 to 2.
Final round.
It's tense.
Oh, and I think it comes down to highs or lows, really.
Yeah, it does.
So yeah, you, as you start going limp, she sort of senses it and basically
I'm
does a
actually,
front
like,
flip
really,
over the
like-
top of you, and it's
Like,
like,
oh, okay.
she is now like she's got you suspended in the air. You're just sort of like hovering above the mud. You're like, don't let go.
Oh, you can move, huh?
Tails lows.
Oh, no. What's that again?
11.
15.
You just have that look of panic in your eyes as she's like got you by the scruff and she just lets you go
Just like, I died today.
into the mud.
Face down.
No, on
Face
just
up.
like,
Oh.
I'm destroying the
Just-
set.
It's like,
Yeah, you just flat on your
Okay.
back.
Okay,
Arse in the mud.
good game.
Victory!
She's gonna put her foot on him.
To
and
the
just be
lady.
Like,
Oh, that's enough. Come on.
wipe
She's
your
like,
foot on
she's a real performer, you know. She may have a career in this.
I've just wiped my foot on you. Just like,
It's like, hey.
yeah,
does.
can I help you out?
She isn't anything.
Yeah.
get up and just like,
Nice. Okay, good.
just like,
Good.
kind of like half away.
I'll buy you a pint.
Oh,
You'll
fair.
be all
Okay.
right.
Okay, actually, yeah, that's fine.
So, next up, we have Scarius Var versus Roger the Merciless.
So do we use the
Do we
same
have
numbers?
to roll again, or?
Same numbers.
Oh.
But because of the order that they might come up, you may end up...
It's a terrifying system.
Yeah.
I'm actually.
Right, let me
I've got a
just-
squeaky bum.
Because I've been crossing them off, so I need to uncross them.
I got a squeaky bum.
Yeah, but
No, but you got a good spread for the most part, and if you get
Yeah.
lows, you were
You can't say
doing
that
good.
after squeaky bum.
Okay.
especially
You know what? You know
especially
what?
to Lilith.
You know what? You take fucking 1 point of psychic damage. Fuck you.
Why?
No,
Oh,
shut up.
I was like, why? It's not my fault.
Oh, it's fine.
We need
Dickhead.
we need another microphone for Robbie for the audience to hear him creasing.
Yeah.
Just like a
Yeah,
laugh
Robbie
track.
We should have
Yeah.
a little Robbie's laugh counter in the corner of the
Yeah.
screen.
Every now and then you just hear.
Okay.
This D&D was filmed in front of a live Robbie.
So,
We need to mark it down. Whoever gets the most laughs out of Robbie
Yeah.
at the end wins.
Yeah. Roger the Merciless steps up to the plate and just smugly beckons you forward. It will be your pleasure to be defeated by the one and only Roger the Merciless.
Fuck off, Roger!
Again, I take
Who said that?
I take-
I'll have your tongue.
I take another one of those like Wing Chun stances, but I do that thing where they turn their hand over as
Oh,
if
and
like
then, like,
beckoning. Yeah.
Yeah. He's like, oh, it's like that, is it, you bastard? How about ye? And then before like the judge even like says anything, he starts making a move. So the goblin's like, go.
Okay.
So, highs or lows?
Go on, Scarius.
Highs, heads. I bet it's you.
20.
17.
Okay.
Ooh, so you sort of like that stance preps you, so you essentially just runs into you, and all you do is go from like this to just like bop him in the head. It just stuns him long enough that you can like move in on him. Tails, lows.
17.
Ooh, he had a 9. So that like the bonk stunned him just long enough for you to move, but as he did, he just sidesteps you. Tails, lows.
18.
Why do I know this music?
Nat 20.
I won that.
Damn,
Yeah.
with an 18.
So, yeah, as he like sidesteps you, from all the training with the fly, where you were going to stab and then punch him where you move, he sidesteps and you just punch him in the face. You're like, I knew that would come in handy. Yes. Highs, heads.
19.
Go, Scarius, go.
That's a 10.
Yes.
That is the third one, right?
Winner, winner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you, after that punch, you see like he's dazed again. So you immediately, essentially, just like RKO him into the mud.
Can I actually
You just,
can I do like the Ip Man thing if I just land like 15 punches on him to
Yeah.
just like
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah.
like lower him into the mud?
It's just as he's going down, he's just like, he's like, you will rue this, bastard! And he stands up and starts muttering an incantation.
Oh, God.
Okay.
And he swirls his arm around and thrusts it up into the air. And as he does, I need you guys to roll initiative.
Oh, God.
I'm trying to play.
Oh, no.
Holy crap.
Oh, no.
Roger.
Fucking
Roger,
Rog.
he's a villain.
I told Roger
He's
to fuck
merciless.
off.
I was about to help him up out of the mud.
I wasn't.
Fuck him now.
I was about to laugh at the prick. How dare he?
So,
I'm very sad now. He's destroyed my mud wrestling.
okay, so you guys are currently off to the
Oh,
side here.
Oh, we haven't got no weapons.
No.
Yeah, we
They're
don't.
locked away.
Don't matter
Should
to
we,
me.
did we heal last sesh? 'Cause
All
my
right.
Health is still the
Can't
same
hold
after
the
the
other
bonfire.
okay,
These are weapons.
What do we do?
Just as like a retroactive thing, we'll say that you spent enough time basically doing nothing that you've had like a short rest,
Basically
so you
doing
can't
nothing?
expend hit dice.
Bitch, I died. Doing
Yeah,
nothing.
that was quite a rest.
That was some advanced nothing.
I had lots of
Let's get
nothing.
some-
I'm gonna have to take this
Roger.
hood down. I'm gonna sweat myself to death.
Oh,
Good
I'm
lord.
not friends with Roger.
Aw,
No, he's a very lonely man.
I don't like Roger. You made me feel bad now. I still don't like him.
No, I don't.
Oh no,
either.
lonely as in he's a dickhead. No one likes him.
You know the voice. Do you know what it reminds me of?
Well,
On I want to say Archer, and they
Oh, yeah.
meet. No, it's not Archer. Or is it Archer? Yeah, it is Archer, and they meet a bomb that basically
yeah.
self-destructing.
I was
That's
sort
the
of
same
thinking
voice.
along the lines of Skeletor when I thought of it.
Yeah.
I'll
I was
get you, He-Man.
I was thinking that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Until next time.
My dad actually had Skeletor
Right. So,
tattooed on his leg today.
in terms of
Good.
You
we're
good?
initiative.
Oh, I'm
let me roll
sad.
this up.
Initiate.
What did
Oh,
everybody?
sorry, microphone.
Hang on. Combat.
Oh, my unarmed strikes.
Anyone get more than 20?
No.
Roger took us by
Turns out
surprise.
Roger is the BBEG.
That's gonna be a.
Scorned
He
in
just
mud
revealed
wrestling.
himself really early because I beat him at wrestling.
Okay. Anyone have 10 to 20?
16.
15.
12.
Right, I had a 19. Hang on. So that's
Wait, that was
gonna
all
be
of us then, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
everyone's in that range.
Okay, 19. 17? Was it?
No, 12 I had.
12.
16.
16, that was what it was.
What did you have, Kaz?
19.
What did you have,
I
Kaz?
had 15.
12.
Roger wants me at WrestleMania.
This is a real Vince McMahon move.
Yeah.
To have someone turn around and attack after the match.
Yeah, casting spells.
Yeah.
What did you have? Tifa 15.
Right. So, first up on the oh,
You
hang
had
on, I didn't
12.
actually write him in. What's his name? Roger. Rog. Right. What you see as he finishes this spell, whatever it is the mud beneath or between the two of you starts like roiling and twisting and forming shape and coming upwards and creating this serpent-like mud creature.
Oh.
Okay.
Is Roger allowed to do this?
I think this
Is
might be
Roger
against
breaking
the
the
I
rules.
rules?
think it's
of
definitely
wrestling.
against the rules. I thought there was no magic.
There isn't.
Yeah,
Where's
he's
that
definitely
old
breaking the
woman
rules.
gone?
Oi!
Well, he's been
Hey,
beaten.
you can't do that.
Yeah, he's been beaten already. Like,
No, Matt.
where's
Where
everybody's
you at?
weapons in relation to us?
In boxes, sort of like along here, but they're
Okay.
arcanely sealed.
Oh dear.
Oh, where's that? What's that Gnomish woman's name, man?
No, Matt. Get it.
We'll go with. Well, you need to ask her because you haven't asked her.
Yeah, we haven't talked to her.
But she's in the tent, though,
Yeah,
far
you asked
away.
her. Anyway,
Far
first
away,
up
no,
is
Mish.
the creature's turn
Oh,
why?
no.
because he rolled really high on initiative. So it will
That's a cool mini.
swing out at Scarius with an 11 to hit.
That
That's
does
a
not
miss. Yep. And then will, as its bonus. This is one of those ones where it doesn't get a multi-attack for a good reason. There is a bonus action where he will attempt to cast. Let me bring up the spell just so I don't have to keep going back to it. Oh, come on. D&D Beyond, why now you choose to be slow?
Does this count as rough terrain as well?
Oh.
Yeah, this is difficult
Can
terrain.
we step out to the
Tifa?
mud ring?
Hmm?
Can we step out to the mud ring?
You can try, but there is currently a bit of a panic.
Well,
Okay,
I'm
this
not
isn't
even a neighbour. I
working.
done mine.
Can't remember what Earth Tremor does, and it's not coming up.
Makes a ground tremor.
Yeah, but I can't remember the
Shaky, shaky.
girl. Oh, come on, please work. I should have brought this up earlier, but I totally forgot. And also, it's really hard to predict where and what you guys are gonna do. So, like,
Damn ways the DM. Sorry, I'm gonna shut up now.
I will psychic damage you.
Right in the psychic.
Come on, Earth Tremor. Hang on. My bad, everybody. My bad.
I've got a question. Why is nobody else doing anything?
Because they haven't
Why is
rolled as
everyone
high
just
in the
staying like
initiative as
Roger?
us.
Why is everyone just like, okay, Rod, you do you?
Earth Tremor, 5e,
Yeah.
Dexterity saving throw.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Failed
where's
save.
I got it, you know.
Yeah.
like where's
Cool.
Nomish? Surely, no, hang on a
She's in the
minute.
tent.
They're
Okay,
probably
but
The
surviving.
what
vast
about
majority of these
the
people are like straight up just like civvies.
But
like,
what about the
no training?
the ref? Surely you should be like, no, naughty,
Well,
bad.
currently a giant creature made of mud has erupted from the floor and has immediately started lashing out to
Well,
people,
rules are
screeching.
rules.
Yeah, it's going to get penalised after for breaking the rules, but currently there is
That's
a
all right
large
then.
mud creature that is far more
The
oppressing
breaking of the
that.
rules is still underway.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
this
still,
is-
It's only just.
It's a flagrant foul, and he will be given a red card. However, until that point,
It's a little more than a foul.
yeah, there's something sort of getting in the way. So, you are in range of the
Oh,
Earth
gotcha,
Tremor.
Roger.
I need you
I
to
told
make a Dex saving throw for me, please. Roger will also make one because
Natural
he's in range.
20.
Nice. Roger got a 14.
Was it only Scarius that had to do that then?
Hmm?
The dex save.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
It's 24 if...
actually, Roger with a 14 will take damage.
Good.
He's so merciless
He
that he
takes-
doesn't even take mercy on himself.
To be fair, when you summon something that knows an AoE, that's on you.
Yeah.
You know? Rog.
I'm gonna get him.
And
Put him
Cool.
in an arm lock.
and he gets knocked prone.
Oh, but Roger, that was very smart of you. Well
So
done.
he sort of summons this creature. This creature lashes at you, misses, sort of is like, fuck you, bangs the floor. You sort of jump in time, and then the guy who summoned it goes, ah!
Don't waste the time.
It's already difficult terrain, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Like, that's not affected. But it is going to, it actually, because it obviously is made of mud, ignores it, so he's going to move 5, 10, and it's like bridging the gap between the outer part of the ring and the fence. So that it's still in some of the mud, but the mud is slowly becoming like harder and more like gravel over the top to allow people to walk. So it seems to be avoiding going too far, but is moving through the mud. It doesn't like walk or anything. It's literally this
Blob.
mound of mud. It sort of, well, essentially creates like a wave. The mud at the back will go down and it'll create this strange ripple. It's almost charming to witness. It moves very majestically for
A mud monster.
for a big spooky mud, what you can assume is some sort of like elemental, you know. So
He does brutal slaps.
next is Lilith.
Okay.
So you're currently, you handed in your weapons.
Mm-hmm.
However, what I should have double checked with, did you try and hold on to your daggers? Because they are in your garters.
They're in my garter. One's in my garter and one's in my shoe.
Oh, right. I thought there was a garter each side.
No, there's a
Oh,
garter
okay.
on one leg.
Okay.
That's just in case
No,
you
actually,
want to
sorry.
shiv someone while
There is
wrestling,
two
isn't it?
garters, but she has one in her shoe and
Right,
one in
okay,
her,
cool.
one in her garter just in case she can't get to her garter.
So you're trying to hide one of them.
Yes.
Make a retroactive like stealth.
I mean, she
Stealth
would. I
check.
think she probably would have anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I'm double
Like-
checking, because she's more likely to be the kind of person to keep a dagger on her at all times.
16.
Okay, we'll see if you were caught. You have one dagger on you.
Okay.
You sort of make like a song and dance about getting the one out your boot and be like, for just in cases, you know, to sort of like distract from the fact that you've got one in your garter. So you do have one dagger,
Okay.
but your rapier and your other dagger are locked away.
I'm gonna move around the outside of towards what's his face on his floor, on the floor.
All right. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You're gonna, well, basically this whole area is mud.
Yeah, but it's not like.
It's all difficult. Is it?
Yeah, it's all basically from this point onwards, like
Every
the
tile
two
is
squares
you've got
around.
to use 10 feet
is-
instead of 5 feet.
Yeah. So
Okay,
you
so
move.
how far?
Do I look weird in the camera?
Full shot.
Ugh.
Just get me as close to Roger
Okay,
as I
so
can be, but staying
5,
away from the fucking goopy
15,
mess.
25.
Yeah.
You haven't got 35, unfortunately. That is as close as you can. Actually, no, we do round up, so like I'll allow you to go there. That is as close
But
as
I'm
you're
not
gonna
anywhere
get.
near him.
You are 10 feet away.
You're in dagger throwing distance.
Yeah, but I don't want
15.
to throw it in the mud.
You can go and get it.
Don't throw it in the mud.
No,
Throw it
it
in
might
Rog.
go.
Stick him in his nuts.
If it goes in, you know where it is.
Although it is ranged and he's prone, so it's with disadvantage.
Oh, that's true.
So where I was, could I reach the? If I go closer, could I have reached the?
If you went right, you could have gone 5, 15. Yeah. you
Okay,
can
let's
get
just go there. Thicket. Let's biff him.
Biff him with a stab.
Who you biffing?
You. No.
Oh, okay. I'd say that.
Yeah, there's like a monster there. There's the guy who summoned it, and then it's just like, I stab Riley.
Sorry, my dagger's.
This is for beating Roz.
My dagger is not on you for some reason.
The dagger becomes, like, from here on out, known as Roz's revenge.
Hang on a second, sorry.
Roz always seems to like drunkenly pass out when things happen.
Oh yeah, she's
Right
Before
scarpered.
things happen.
Most suspicious.
What you
Rosalie.
can assume happened is that after she left the tent and snuck out the side, she went to go find some business.
Perhaps the mud monster is Roz.
But
Roz
She's
is
a
the big
hard-working
bad.
lady.
She would have killed it in one.
no. Working hard or hardly working?
Right, okay, sorry, I had to add my dagger then. Okay, we're going biff him.
Yeah, so make a swing.
Oh, it says 20-foot range, yeah? Oh my
That's
Yeah,
the throw.
throw.
Yeah.
That's for throwing. I
Yeah,
don't want to throw it.
Otherwise, it's just 5.
Otherwise, I'm just going to go.
That's a really long
I
dagger.
know, I was like, hello?
Or your arm's just really long.
Both.
Bender extendo arms.
11.
Misses.
Bollocks. Try again.
So
Ooh.
the second attack will be with a punch.
Natural one.
Ooh, actually, make a dex save.
No.
Okay.
No.
Stop rolling the
15.
red bastard.
15.
You succeed. You go to stab him. The dagger sort of slips off. Then you go to punch it, and your hand for a moment gets stuck in the creature, and you're like, oh fuck! But you manage to get as it pops out.
Okay.
Nice.
So next is
That was useless, sorry everyone.
both Bax and Roger. So I need you to roll off with me. Just a roll.
Straight roll.
15.
19.
Ooh, you go first.
Okay. I'm gonna go in for the mud monster. So 20 feet straight forward to get on that angle with him. And then I'm gonna do a little rage.
Very nice. Very nice.
I'm gonna do a little rage,
Really
and
angry at
as he starts screaming and running towards this creature, the scars on his body start to glow, and lightning starts to surround him.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna need the mud monster to make a dexterity saving throw.
11.
11. That's a fail. So he's gonna take full lightning damage.
Got him.
Should be 4
Okay.
lightning damage.
So the lightning bursts from you, hitting it, and it seems to go and fizzle out.
I had a feeling because he's made of mud.
Hmm
Worth a go though. And
It seems to have
then-
done
He's a
nothing.
living insulator.
And then I'm gonna punch him
Okay, cool.
Punch him in the tits.
with an 8.
Don't punch him in the tits.
That's a miss,
My arm
unfortunately.
strike. No, just swinging. And that's it. I'm staying there,
Cool.
screaming.
Roger
We're doing
will
good, guys.
stand up, and he starts essentially just trying to cuss you all out. He's like, I'll teach you bastards for messing with Roger the Merciless! Get him! Get them all! Kill them! Rip them to bits! Nyah!
Oh, damn, he has blood, huh?
And he is going to target
He's not Roger the Chill.
Balthazar, Scarius, my bad. Sorry, the other tiefling you played.
One of 3.
Oh, yeah. That is going to be a 14 to hit.
Doesn't hit.
Ooh, okay. So what you realize is you actually make a Arcana check for me. See if you recognize what he's doing.
17.
Okay, so yeah, he creates this purple and green swirl, and as he launches it at you, you just about get out the way and you recognize there is Eldritch Blast.
Oh.
But just so you know, it did go. So there's 2 projectiles.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
That is his action. As a bonus action, he is going to Misty Step.
Yeah.
Nope. Wait, hang on. There. So he's in the back room, like the sort of tent thing, and it's at this point that after a few seconds has, gone by, the gnomish lady organising it and the referee, the hobgoblin, are unlocking these chests, and they're ready to start like throwing out weapons, but they're gonna need a few more seconds to get these locks off.
Yep, no miss.
Scotty's.
Go, no miss.
Okay. So, standing quite close to Baxter there, I go like this, and hand off efficiency to Baxter.
Whoa.
Bravo! I knew
Then-
that was gonna come in handy at some point.
Then I use Step of the Wind to get on top of Roger. And then I'm going to punch him in the head. Oh, no, I'm not. I'm going to try and punch him in the head.
Okay, what?
That was a natural 3.
No, I'm afraid not.
It was going so well.
Okay. Is that your turn?
Mm-hmm. So its efficiency is a +7 to hit, and it's 1d6 + 5.
It's
Or 1d6 plus your dex.
okay,
Well,
it's
the
a
plus to
finesse.
hit would be,
Yeah, it'd be mine.
yeah, your
What kind of weapon
dex.
is it? It's
It's
light finesse thrown.
simple light thrown.
Oh, simple light thrown.
simple light.
Oh, so
Yeah,
that's
'cause it's
still
a monk
strength,
weapon.
right?
So that's still strength based.
Yeah, you can use strength.
Nice.
So
Very
just
good.
add your normal thing
Do
to
my
it.
normal plus to hit.
Yep.
Cool.
Bryleaf, you're
How close am I to Roger?
up. 10 feet.
Am I in range of the monster if I move towards Roger?
No.
No?
No.
Can I go towards Roger?
Yep.
I will cast Primal Savagery.
Nice.
Get him.
So I make a melee spell attack, yeah?
Mhm, yep.
Have I got my dice? Here it is. What do I add to that now?
It'll say on the actual spell, like, plus X to hit. What does it say next to the spell?
I don't know, I have it open a sec. 13.
Hits.
Cool.
Nice.
So he takes.
So is that like a bite or a claw attack? or-
I'm just gonna slap him with my claws.
Okay.
Roger.
Yeah, you just get like this like glow going to the tips of your fingers that causes them to like sharpen up like the nails into a point, and you just lacerate him right in the face, like catching one of your nails like right in the eye.
Nice.
Okay, so that's 5 acid damage.
Cool.
But then, I am going to call the swarm.
Yep.
Cool. So
Because I think it's just melee attack, right? Even if it isn't like specifically, I'll say that melee spell or melee weapon is fine because that's just cool.
it says when you hit the creature with an attack, it doesn't specify like
Oh,
melee
yeah,
or.
cool.
Nice.
Crack on.
Get him.
Summon the swarm.
So yeah, so it's gonna be the birds again. The
Okay.
macaws.
Claws.
Yeah. So I'm gonna send the macaws after him.
Okay.
Fuck off, fuck off, fuck off.
I just have to say that I was gonna earlier. I was discussing this with Jess, and I said that we should do it that whatever is like naturally around you at the time just happens to come to you. So like if you're near a farm, just like a little mosh pit of chickens, or like because you're in the mud, just like lots of little earthworms start floating about or something. But I was like, that would be funny. But I do really like the macaws that just
Yes.
sway as they fly around.
No, it's just Roz rises out of the mud.
Just lots of
Swarm of
roses.
The Rosai. Okay, so the birds descend upon you from the heavens, sort of in like a tornado fashion, squawking, slashing at Roger, swearing the usual.
Shitting on him.
I'm just gonna go get him, boys. And oh, 6, nice. So Roger will take 1d6 piercing damage from the birds.
So
6
there's
piercing
6.
damage.
What did I say?
1d6.
6.
I mean, you're still right. But, you know.
Yeah, so they start like basically where you caught the claw and have like created a big gouge in the face. They start pecking at the wounds and like splitting them open more. So these like what were just 5 relatively thin, almost paper cut like slices, and now these like bleeding sore wounds that the birds are just ravenous for. Like, these birds are fucked up, man. Okay, so is that your turn? Bonus action? I'll let you bonus action punch if you want to.
Okay,
The brass players are really on it tonight.
I
in this
love it.
track.
Damn right.
okay. No, I'm not. I'm done.
Okay.
Yeah, the band just didn't stop.
Next is the creature. So, it is going to lash at Lilith with its big, wet, soaking tendrils of mud that are seemingly held together with dumb luck and spit. Oh, that's a nat one. Okay. Yeah. So, essentially just nothing happens. And because of the nat one, I'm going to say that its Earth Tremor recharge failed.
Okay.
I'm going to say that it won't cast that this turn because there is a recharge ability. But it is going to do one relatively neat thing and basically just plow the fuck through you.
Shit.
And here, so I need, because of the way that it moved, I need you to make a dex saving throw for me, please.
Okay.
Do we get an attack of opportunity against it though?
It hasn't
You
left
do.
my range,
Yeah,
but you will.
Bax doesn't. So you get to slice at it.
Good.
Haha! 17 on the saving throw.
Okay, so you manage to, like, you sort of see it coming and you almost like time a jump in just the right way to drop backwards so it isn't under your feet as it erupts. It's just sort of like you manage to jump and land on it and run down it.
Nasty thing.
It's almost like jumping up a half pipe as a kid and then running back down it, you know? It's fucking sick, bro. Lilith, what was the attack of opportunity?
12.
12 to hit?
Mm-hmm.
Misses, unfortunately. Next is Lilith. So.
You can get in range of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
Move
gonna say
on there.
get in range.
Yeah, so
Got in range.
move like deeper into the mud.
Okay. Let's try. 15.
Hits.
Yes. D4 plus 4. Let's forget. This.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa.
Pyramid.
4. 8.
8.
Nice.
Okay. Now I'm gonna go nasty.
It is at this point that you get thrown your second dagger by
nice.
the ref, and you just sort of like. Ugh!
Okay. I'm gonna do my sneak attack first.
Okay.
2d6, yeah?
Yep.
Once per turn you can. So I need to roll a.
Yeah, just roll enough. Yeah, because you hit.
I already
and
hit.
Bax
Didn't
is
I?
in range.
So d6. 9.
Nice.
Well, that ramped up real quick. Bloody rogues. Okay, bonus action.
Bonus action.
You can
I can
use
still hit with
the
my other
dagger.
dagger, can't I?
Hmm?
What is happening?
just passing notes.
Don't pass notes in my class.
Yeah, so you can just use the dagger because you didn't have to like equip it or anything. It was just thrown to you. You're like, ugh.
25.
25
Nice.
definitely hits.
Okay. So then just my d4 again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. 2.
Do
No, 2 plus 4.
well.
It's not my
your
plus, is
offhand.
it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
So it's just
Um,
2.
Okay, cool. Bax and Roger, so roll off.
Okay.
So goes first. Roger got a 5.
19.
You go first.
Okay. Is he? Roger's within 10 feet of me, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. I will first of all use my bonus action to activate the storm aura. So
Nice.
he needs to dexterity saving throw to try and avoid the lightning.
That's a 6.
Well, he takes 1 damage
I
from
mean,
the lightning. So lightning just kind of crackles around and just like whips out and hits him.
sort of like gut shot.
And I'm gonna just quickly look over my shoulder. Is there any sign of my hammer being unlocked
The
or-
guy, well, basically both of them have had to start moving it, so it's unlocked and they've got it there. It's just they
but
cannot
it's
throw
not
it.
getting
Yeah.
there on this turn.
So-
I'll use efficiency then, which I'm
Cool.
now wielding. So it's a D6 damage on efficiency.
Yeah, d6 plus your strength, I guess.
Cool. I'll use the bludgeoning end of it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let me try. I'm gonna try and hit the mud thing with efficiency. Oh no, that's an 8. The same as last time. Damn.
Afraid that's a miss.
Just
Grrr.
Now is Roger,
Fluffed it.
who, feeling threatened and backed into a corner, is going to make an attack roll against Briarleaf.
Can I retroactively use my movement to get to my hammer?
Oh yeah,
At the end of
that's
that
fine.
as well.
That's not a problem. Although you will leave his range.
Yeah, that's fine.
But
But I want my hammer.
sort of like there, because they're like in this area.
Yeah.
So it will make an attack against you real quick. Where's the other D20? Good lord, where have they gone? Oh. One of them is missing. Ooh, that is going to be a 17 to hit.
Oh, it hits AC.
Oof. So that is... That's going to be 10 bludgeoning damage. And I need you to make a DC... No, I need you to make a dex check. Sorry, I read the words DC.
Dex check, not a save.
Dex save, my bad.
Okay, cool.
I'm reading different words and just saying them instead of saying what I'm supposed to.
Dirty 20.
Okay, you're fine. It like lashes you, and you get this moment where it feels like you're getting like pulled back, but you just snap free of it and continue.
Okay.
Back to Briarleaf. I did knock it, but it was a 24 to hit.
Miss.
Miss.
He is going to essentially reach out towards you, and his hand starts to crackle.
Can I just slap it away?
No.
Can I say no?
That is going to be 7 lightning damage.
Okay.
And then,
I can't.
as a bonus action, will
It's not going down.
punch Scarius.
Oh.
As a fuck you.
There we go.
That is a 16 to hit.
That's my armor class.
He's matched. Okay. What is his... Okay, that'll be 2 damage.
I think I was just distracted by this thing and then just like, I think, oh,
That'll be 2 punch.
2 punch damage.
2
Okay.
punch. Cool. Scarius, you're up. So you've just been slapped in the face. Quite hard, actually, but, you know, in the
Okay.
grand scale of things, quite hard.
Seeing that Baxter has now possibly reached his hammer.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. And then I'm going to use efficiency.
Cool.
I'm going to kill him efficiently. Okay. Yes, 24.
Hits.
A
A lot.
lot. That's 7 slashing damage.
To Roger.
Mm-hmm. Key
Nice.
point, flurry of blows.
Okay. Slash him and then, like, bicycle kick him.
Oh, that's higher than I thought.
I'm really vibing with this song.
14.
It's good.
The piccolo player is angry. Well, sorry.
14.
14. Hits.
Nice. Okay. So that's. Where's the thing? Okay. Oh, it was 15, but yeah.
Hit him
no,
even
it
more.
doesn't. No, it doesn't hit.
There's a sweet spot window right in the middle.
Ooh, 8 bludgeoning damage.
Off. He's looking rough. He's not a very hardy man.
Nice.
He wasn't expecting to be, like, slashed at multiple times. And as you bring the efficiency down as well, where the birds have opened these wounds, you manage to catch him in the exact same spot
He's
again,
having a bad day.
slashing it deeper. So now he's just got this, like, gaping cut in his face that is, like, pissing with blood. And then to top it off, you, like, jump and, like, double kick him in the cut. It's like everyone's harping on his one spot. He's, like, screaming in pain. So, is that your turn?
Action, bonus action. Don't need to move yet.
That will be Briarleaf, which got zapped.
Okay. I'll cast Primal Savagery again.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Just line the claws up with the cheek again. Just keep making
wanna
these
use
cuts
my
deeper.
That side of his face just ceases to exist.
Punched her into the void.
24.
Hits.
Was that a natural 20?
No, 19.
Oh, bum.
It is a bum. Oh, okay. 3 acid damage.
Okay. So you rend the face again, and you can see where the acid strikes. Like it's fizzling the skin on around the cut. The blood starts to like go brown and horrible, and he is at this point like screaming. He is close to death. He's on death's door essentially.
Okay, so now my macaws go
frightened.
for him again.
Oh God! Okay,
we
death by
killing
birds.
this guy?
Death by birds.
Yeah, we are.
Apparently.
It's Roger's fault.
Yeah.
He did summon a
You
monster to
started.
try and...
Did. Little prick.
That's 4 piercing damage from the macaws.
Pick out his eyes.
That was perfect lethal.
Okay.
He wasn't a hardy man, but the
At least I didn't kill him.
there's just a flurry of wings and claws and beaks, and it's like, what the fuck? What the fuck? And this guy is full on like, no, oh no, good lords, oh help me, gods! Ah! He's like falling to the ground, like flailing around on the floor. He's like, you'll rue the day! Ah! And then you can hear the birds like pecking at his throat and his guts, and they just peck, and you can just get him wetter and more visceral, and they just like
I'm
drill
not doing that
holes
again,
in
guys.
him. I've got to make it gross for the people
Thank
at
you
home.
very much.
Yeah, these birds are like lifting their heads up, and they're just like covered in blood to their neck. Like he's full of holes, and his eyes are open, his mouth is aghast, and he's just fucking dead. But
I think I'm going to change efficiency to consequences.
or make a new one. Action is coming, and here are the consequences. So, the bond between the creature and the summoner has been severed. However, it does not simply disappear. What it does do, however, is essentially... Who's around it? Okay, so he's dead. So there's 3 of you within 10 feet. Oh, actually, you were in 10 feet too. All of you.
Yeah.
All of you make a Constitution saving throw for me, please.
Natural 1.
Ooh.
Saving throw 25.
10.
12. No, 13.
Did anyone get above 15?
Yeah.
Ah, right. Sorry. I didn't. I just
Oh,
heard the lower numbers.
That's the save then.
If you had less than 15, you take, what is that? 16 bludgeoning damage
Jesus.
and get knocked prone. If you succeed, you take half.
Okay.
And don't get knocked prone. But then you half it again, don't you? Because you're raging.
Yes.
Bastard.
Bludgeoning damage.
Bludgeoning. It's just a big hunk of mud being smacked into your brain.
Very good. Oh, was the tendril bludgeoning as well? I forgot to half that.
Oh, yeah.
When I got
So
the
yeah,
option.
he essentially does like, basically try spinning, that's a good trick. Spins on the spot, lashes these tendrils around him in like a sort of flurry, smacks you all flying. Bax manages to steady himself with only a mild concussion. And it then shrinks by like half its size into the ground. And you see it just rumbling away towards the crowd that are now in full-blown screaming panic, because obviously this has been like, what, 3 rounds? That's like 18 seconds. People have had like barely any time to actually try and get through this crowd. And where it reaches the edge of where the mud and the gravel is, it just goes woof and disappears. You have no idea where or how or what, but it is gone.
Cool.
It is
Okay.
a vengeful spirit on the loose.
Great.
However, wait. Victory fanfare! I love the victory fanfares. It's
Yeah.
such a good touch.
Has the gnomish lady got her chests open yet?
Yeah, she's just finished like handing everything out, and she's like, oh, it's gone. And then she looks at the birds, and she's like, oh my gods above, that's rancid. That's so. Why would you? Oh, did you control the birds?
No. They do that on their own.
Just turn back around with the hammer, like, okay, let's. Oh,
everyone's like still in a bit of a panic, so like a few of the like security and the marshals and stuff head off to like gather everyone back and calm them down. Like, oh, it's okay, it's fine, it's gone, the danger's gone, the guy who did it is dead. They didn't see where the thing went. They didn't know that it just went like
What thing?
underground.
Oh, the mad thing. Okay, I'm here.
Thing you just. What thing? The flies. The Ross.
Herman.
So yeah, they start gathering everyone back up, calming them down. They're like, it's gone, the threat's gone, the guy who did is dead, viciously so. And you know, the monster went with him. He was only summoned by him and could only exist on this plane as long as he did, not having any fucking idea what happened. But people seem to calm down. A lot of the crowd have dispersed completely and just left, but enough people sit back down and they sort of have a 5-minute break.
Oh, can I say that I've de-summoned my macaws because they're gonna cause havoc and
Yeah, basically after you sort of like call them down, they just sort of like blitz around the target. Once they've done what they need to, they all just sort of like take off in like all different directions.
As
It's quite
long as they're
spectacular.
not just like, what the fuck, like all like the audience, then
Yeah, no,
it's fine.
they sort of just like scatter in all directions into the clouds, and you're like, I wonder where they go. But yeah, the organizer tries to calm everyone back down, and sort of goes up to the front and is like, we're gonna carry on with the mud wrestling because there's still some gold to be won. No more shenanigans. And she looks back and sort of like gives you all a bit of a scowl. And she's like, and to make sure, and she turns around to one of the security, who's a little bit of an older guy. He comes out and basically does like an anti-magic field around the arena. She's like, we probably should have thought of that first, but live as you learn, or whatever they say. So, next up.
They take mud wrestling really
by the way,
literally in this town.
Winner! By default, which is the best type of victory.
No, you won anyway.
Yeah.
You won before Roger got mad.
Roger got mad because I won.
Yeah.
Oh, I sort of forgot what happened. It was all a bit of a boo. Anyhow, next up, Briarleaf and Lilith.
Okay.
I don't think I'm.
With all the mud monsters still being there.
All right, no, we can just turn that off anyway. Like,
Okay.
yeah, we'll just go back to theatre of the mind.
Okay, so we'll just do a. So I'll show.
I just dribbled that all on my face on camera. What do you do?
Oh, I just
That's a
dribbled
clip.
as well. I dribbled earlier and I was
Should we
like,
just have a
oh,
dribbling compilation clip? So, you two step out into the ring.
I'll show you that.
And
Okay.
is there anything you want to say to each other or do in prep?
I'm sorry about Roz.
Not about beating her, just in general.
Yeah. I'm just sorry, she's a thing.
I'm sorry she's
And I'm
like
just
that.
like, I'm sorry about Ross too.
Okay. So, with pleasantries exchanged, the goblin and the hobgoblin seem to have both given up and are dealing with, like, sort of chasing down the crowd. So the little gnomish woman comes out and is like, are the competitors ready?
Ready.
Then I suggest you begin. And as she says so, that is heads for highs.
Mm-hmm.
Go.
15.
15.
Ooh, draw. Okay. You both just sort of like do that thing where you grapple each other's shoulders and just don't move. You're like... It's like a perfect match. Tails lows.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Go.
8.
Ooh. Lilith gets the advantage and sort of tugs one arm and pushes your other shoulder back, and your body starts to rotate. Your foot slightly getting stuck in the mud. Heads, highs.
14.
12.
Ooh, you take it back. So you use the momentum against her and start pulling her with you. It's almost like one of us is going to hit the ground first. I'm not sure who. Tails lows.
12.
9.
That's 3, innit?
No, it was a
I got two.
tie.
Yeah,
Yeah,
2-2.
so that one doesn't count. So it's 2
So we got
to
one
you,
left.
1 to
2 to
you,
1,
1 to you. Yeah. So if you can tie it, then it's like a tiebreaker. But if you win it, you win it.
Okay.
Highs.
Suspense.
14.
11.
Ooh,
Tie.
tie. Okay,
It's 2-all.
now we just straight up roll off a d20. Roll value wins.
Oh.
It's you're both going down in the mud, basically. So whoever can like roll on top of the other one mid-air first. So it's just an even match.
So what is
But
this?
let's
high
Just
or
a
low?
roll
rolling
a
on top of
d20.
people.
It doesn't matter. Oh wait, yeah, hang on.
Oh, under, sorry.
So, Tails lowest.
Lowest
Oh, come on, red
Oh.
bastard.
Gosh.
Now is the time. Yeah, you'll get a nat 20. Don't worry
It was
about
good
it.
for something. I can't believe that.
19.
2.
It bounced. It literally bounced from a 3.
The one time the red
This
bastard
dice
rolls
is
high.
Evil.
Oh,
It's
that dice is
evil.
cursed.
It knows what it's doing.
Mid-air,
We
Briarleaf
need to
manages
send that
just
dice
to
to Will Wheaton.
yeah, just manages to rotate on top of you, and you land back down in the mud, and you just sort of like land on top of it. It's very awkward for a moment,
Like
but she's sort
sorry.
of used to it.
Scam. 4 golds.
Yeah, she's like, winner! So that's you. So you advance to the finals.
Nice.
And you go to the losers bracket against. Hang on, would it be? Oh no, he's dead.
Yeah, it can't be
What
Roger.
about Copperhead?
He's out first round, so you are automatically in
myself.
third place. So you get 20 gold.
Solid.
Yeah, the loser bracket win by default because your competitor went kaput. So we have a finals. We have Scarius and we have Briarleaf. So
You're gonna have to show me.
they sort of like unceremoniously like basically drag Lilith out the mud and the lights of the arena shrink slightly for the final. So now it matters a lot more, like, because so far it's been everyone has just been in the center, like pinning each other, but now there's much more opportunity for you to like start pushing each other around. So, little gnomish lady says, "I wish both of you good luck. The winner gets a ticket to the King's Palace at the end of the week."
Yeah, but if it's
Oh
only
no,
one.
this is somewhere you want to go. This is where everyone who's anyone is going. And we were lucky enough that one of our benefactors, and she turns to Prince Scry, had a spare ticket that he bought. So
What's God doing?
may the odds be with you. Yeah, what's
Rob,
going
have
on
you
with the
put an
lights?
animation on the light?
No, I've just turned down the brightness.
God, what are you doing?
The lights
Just a
on
light
this side
thing.
are just going off.
The lights are like
Also,
that exact noise.
they, apart from shrinking the mud,
Not doing it
they basically re-wet it as well, so it's like extra goopy and slick, and there's like puddles of dirty water everywhere. At this point, most of you are completely like caked anyway, just from the splashback. Like at least up to your knees is just so splashed in mud. But now Lilith is drenched. Bax is like starting to dry out and crust over. It's kind of gross. It's like every now and again you just have like an itch, and as you go to scratch it, it's just like yeah. So
I'm just gonna pat
Satisfying.
Scarius on the back and kind of just get into
Yeah.
position.
ready?
Go guys, go.
Tails
you
low.
have to show me, and you have to show Taff.
Go.
8.
17.
First round to Briarleaf.
Yes.
We're just
So-
praying for the heads over here.
She immediately sticks like a leg down between the two of yours to go to like hook your leg from under you, but it like topples you slightly, but you manage to catch yourself. Tails low.
Oh no.
12.
18.
Briarleaf manages to pull the leg, and you sort of slightly go down into the splits. Or you really need a high. Tails low.
I had a feeling that was gonna happen.
14.
19.
3 on the bounce. She just sweeps the leg and you
Nice.
drop flat on your
Nice.
back.
Boom, boom,
She's like,
boom.
Briarleaf is the winner! And the crowd, what's left of them, are fucking going mental.
Nobody likes me.
I
It's
think
the cool
as
lady.
this like, I think as
Crazy
that's
bird
happening,
lady.
like Lilith is gonna run in and start like pissing about playing in the mud with these two. Like throwing mud at you, like, yay, we win!
So, Briarleaf, the Mud Queen,
Yes.
the monarch of mud. You get presented with a handwritten invitation. I say handwritten. It was clearly handwritten by someone else and signed by the king, who probably just sat there signing his name for 6 hours. But you get an invitation to the king's palace at the end of the week
Nice.
to witness the far more sort of intimate ceremony where he actually presents the child, sort of like Lion King style. So
Simba.
it is a ticket to whoever holds it. It's not got a name on it. No +1. It is just whoever's got it has the ticket. So basically, don't let it go. Or if you are, have a reason why.
Okay.
This is all explained to you in game, of course. We don't meta game here. You also get 50 gold. I did say 50, right? Yeah.
Mhm.
50 gold. You get 25. You get 20. So, congrats. Top 3. Didn't get murdered by a large mud monster. So,
Didn't get murdered by a large mud monster yet.
You never know.
there is like a sort of facility within the tent that's essentially like a sort of magical shower that essentially just like almost evacs you. You just, it sort of goes and sucks all the mud off, and then like, yeah, there's just one guy that, just sort of like casts prestidigitation and a bit of mending if needed.
Yeah.
He's just like, I am the cantrip monkey.
Nice.
So yeah, you're basically, if anything, cleaner than what you were, and far less rotten smelling. They sort of hit you with a puff of like peonies and roses, and it's quite florally, but it's like, you know, considering you were just up to your guts in guts. Yeah.
I smell like a
Even
whore.
the birds come back for a little. No, but
Let's clean macaws.
yeah, it is now about 3 in the afternoon. You guys have still more or less a full day ahead of you. However, we will leave it there for tonight.
I was just about to say, let's go get some grub.
Yeah.
I'm gonna post mud wrestling grub.
As in the goblin.
Yeah, grab the.
Oh.
Go and get grub.
Yeah, he's coming out with us.
Yeah, soup keeps.
It does.
Yeah, thank you for watching, everyone. Thank you guys for playing. Hope you enjoyed the mud wrestling.
Yeah.
Bit of a unrefined rule set, but
I think it was good. I think it worked well for.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
that, like fast.
I think the best thing is if you
I
are
was
going to run it
feeling
at
really
home in your
smug.
games, don't tell your players that
Yeah.
you roll highs and lows, because bloody Captain Tieflin over here was like, haha, I got very high results, and then it's a coin flip, so
Yeah.
shafted yourself.
Yeah.
Can I just
Unlike
say
you
that I
sometimes.
never, ever, ever win anything. So I'm going home on a high tonight.
Oh, yeah, well done. The dice were in your favor. So, if you're not already, go to our Discord. The link, I think there's a link tree below us in the Discord, right? In the Twitch chat now,
Yeah.
right?
Literally just popped up.
Oh,
Yeah.
wait!
Oh, beautiful.
Wonderful. I'm a wizard.
Go, go on the link. I'm a wizard.
It's it was sort of like Nando the Relentless after he drinks the drug blood. We drank the blood of people who were on drugs, and now I'm a wizard. Yeah, so head to our Linktree, follow us on Instagram and TikTok and all the works. But join our Discord. Let us know what you think. It's interactive with us in it too, so you can talk to us directly.
Yep.
Have some fun. We will catch you next Wednesday, 7 p.m. Greenwich Meridian time, because we changed time zones again.
It's so dark.
It's annoying. Yeah, we shall see you in the dark and misty. Until next time, goodbye!